Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special community outbreak because we have a very special guest with us. To start it off, I'm Greg Henniger, your community manager here on H1Z1. And who's on the couch?
Hey guys, I am Ryan Findall, a quality assurance analyst for H1Z1.
He certainly is. And who is our very special guest today?
I'm Alex Hoffman. I'm a programmer on H1Z1 King of the Kill. I used to work on Plant Side 2, and as you can see from my tag below me, I'm also a pro wrestler.
All right, so let's get to the bottom of this pro wrestling thing. When did you start wrestling, and what are you doing it like currently?
Yeah, so I started training. So there's a place up in Escondido, which is about 20 minutes from the office, called SoCal Pro Wrestling. And so they run shows about once a month in Oceanside. And they also have a training school, which is 3 times a week for 3 hours each time. And I've been training with them for about a year. And at last month's show, I was in the Rumble with them.
How'd you do?
I didn't win.
No?
No, I did not win.
You got rumbled?
I got thrown over the top rope.
So do you have a professional wrestling name?
Maybe.
Persona?
Yeah, but I'd like to keep that secret.
Okay.
Just for now.
All right. Keeping it on the down low.
Gotta keep that secret identity.
That's right. So you're a programmer on H1Z1.
Correct.
You've previously worked on Plant Side 2.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things you've touched programming-wise with King of the Kill? Just to give the people some kind of context.
I started on King of the Kill from Plant Side at the beginning of this year, and I started with the terrain editor. So it was me and 2 other guys that was brought on to help out. And so the terrain editor is what the world designers use and the level designers use to make Z1, Z2, and all that. So they're placing all the objects, making all the design data with that. So that's where I started helping out. And then from there, I worked on the marketplace, which is something else I worked on in Plant Side, and the experience systems.
Okay, cool. Well, right on. And if you were to give yourself like a 1 out of 10 on how good you think you are at King of the Kill, or how about this? Where are you currently on the leaderboards? Or what tier are you in?
Probably bronze.
Bronze?
Yeah.
Bronze 5?
I can tell you I'm pretty high up in the internal playtest, because when we had all those, I ranked very highly whenever we had internal playtests.
During the internal playtest, you would always get like at least top 10, if not top 5.
Mm-hmm.
We got Ri-Fi back on the couch.
Hello.
Are you watching the chat on your phone?
I am, but I'm currently on mobile, so it is taking me a while to get back to you guys. Actually, just a couple things that'll be quicker if I just say this. Team spectating is currently being worked on right now. As some of you may be aware, there were some issues when it initially came out, and we want to make sure that team spectating is absolutely working as we want it to before we release it again to you guys. No current dates for the update as far as that goes, and it doesn't look like we are going to be having a skirmish this weekend.
That's right. Yeah, the skirmish we were trying to get out of the door was, looks like it may have been Ignition. Trying to get Ignition to work on Z2, the new UI, has proven to be a little bit more challenging than we were originally expecting. So no skirmish for this weekend, unfortunately. Sorry, you guys. I know that a lot of people were asking about that, but no skirmish this weekend.
We keep calling it Z2, but I know the official name is the Arena.
That's right, the Arena. Even I have a hard time remembering it's the Arena over Z2.
I remember hearing someone say Z2 in like an official stream, it was like at the Invitational, and Jens was like, it's the Arena. We need to get that branding and naming out there.
That's right.
The Arena is way cooler of a name.
It is. So, hey, everybody. Let's see. We got any more questions from chat before we jump into some twos? Turn shadows off. Yeah, so like we continue to say on this stream, the team is talking about it internally, about what they want to do with turning shadows on and off, or letting players turn shadows on and off as a fair play initiative. We will tell you more when there's more to talk about. Right now, not much to talk about. So the shadow conversation is that's where it's at. All right, so let's just jump, see if we can get into a match here. Here's our game audio. Let's get that up. All right, anybody got any more questions in chat? We'll be happy to answer what we can. Why isn't Skirmish getting out every weekend automatically? Because with the new update to all the UI that came out on the 20th, September, we are still working on how to get Skirmish in. Not that we don't know how to get it in, but it is taking more time than it normally does.
I know my title says programmer, but there are a lot of programmers on the team. So unfortunately, I know a bunch of these are like, hey, why is the Skirmish not working so well with this? And I wish I could answer all these questions, but I have a very limited domain of expertise on the game. and like keeping everyone updated on every single
Right.
update.
You can be found on Twitter too. Where
Oh, yeah.
where can players find you?
So you can find me at MuldoonX9 on Twitter and just about every other social media thing. So that's MULDOONX9, and you'll see a big fancy picture of me in a suit.
Okay, I have to ask, is it from Robert Muldoon
Yes.
of Jurassic Park fame?
Absolutely.
Yes. I
Absolutely.
was so happy to. I'm so happy to hear that.
He was my favorite character when I was about 12 years old. So that name is stuck. Before that, it was MacGyver. All my save
MacGyver?
names were MacGyver.
I think Muldoon's cooler than MacGyver at this point.
Muldoon is pretty cool, but MacGyver's the one that's still alive.
Now, how do you feel about the new MacGyver TV show? Or should we just not talk about it because it's so terrible?
I haven't actually watched it, but that's the first review I've heard of it. So I don't know. MacGyver was just so good that I can't imagine anything good coming. Like, I hate remaking stuff that was really good. Do you want to hit
Right.
the trailer park?
Yeah, let's go there.
Tectonic Live, there are no current plans that I've been aware of or tested that implement putting the hunting rifle somewhere on the map. As of now, and as it will continue to be, from what I understand, at this date, the hunting rifle will continue to be in that airdrop.
Yeah, we want to make sure the hunting rifle is a heavily sought after. Oh, good. I fell through the map. We're going to rats. Oh, wait. I'm back. Ta-da!
So many doors open. I don't know.
Oh god, now I'm gonna get killed.
I should have changed my sensitivity.
Here we go. Tony.
Laurensten, I am. We're doing our best to answer the questions that we can.
Heading to you.
Please do. Because I'm very scared in here.
Sunheaton, that
Yeah,
is
let me
not the
change
case.
my-
If you
my
want, I can
settings
put
real
my
quick.
phone in front of my face, but I don't think that'll help out anybody.
I hear somebody. Oh yeah, something you have to get used to when you're streaming is you're gonna hear both of our game audios. So you're not gonna have any real indication once we split up, or if we live long enough to split up, of what's going on.
Tagged him 3 times
You get-
behind us.
All right. I'm still trying to find a helmet. Doesn't look like there's one in here.
Got one.
Nice. So you're just gonna carry me to first, right?
I can do a little carrying.
Long-time watchers of Community Outbreak will know that we have still yet to see a first place win, but we'll get there one of
Alright,
these
let's
days.
make our way to
and then
the
it'll be
next,
brand muffins for everybody.
Let's make our way to the southwest one.
Okay.
Seen a couple questions about new skin rewards for, I think, just rewards in general. All announcements regarding new rewards will be announced on official channels. We don't have anything like that to announce today.
Yeah.
You got a backpack?
Yeah. Military backpack.
Here's a helmet in the bathroom.
Sweet. That is what I need. Oh god.
I'm dead.
No. Where is he? Where is he?
He's in there. You're looking at it.
He's up in there.
Mhm.
Oh, he's on the hill.
No, the person that killed me was specifically in that house.
Aye, run away. Should I attempt to loot anything from your body? Do you have anything?
Oh
good?
yeah, I've
Oh, here's another
had an
helmet.
AR-15 ammo.
I'm afraid to go in front of that door. I should probably shut that door.
It was
Oh
also
god.
my understanding that the way ping lock is set now is that they can be changed kind of on the fly. We don't, as far as we will not need an update to make changes to ping lock, and that is being evaluated and implemented by those who understand the system much better than I do. So unfortunately, I don't have much more to say about that.
All of those things that you just said, Wi-Fi,
Yes.
are correct.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try and get out of here. Oh, so many people. The potato aim is real. No! Am I getting shot? Am I getting shot?
Or
Oh,
else-
behind. Obviously.
Ah.
Obviously. Hip fire at a distance. Greg is an OG player confirmed. Yeah, solid FPS. You know me. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll swap in Wi-Fi,
All right.
and then you guys can get the real good gameplay going.
All right. So yeah, just to reiterate, I worked on the XP system, which was largely borrowed from client side. I worked on the marketplace, and I worked on the train editor. So if you guys or girls have any questions about that in the chat, feel free to not solo. But yeah, feel free to ask about that. You can if you ever watched Devin LaFontaine's old Bob Ross style work in progress, that was the train editor.
Yeah.
Before I hopped onto the new train editor, but I actually worked on the train editor back on PlantSide 2 days, so it's I'm reliving my game life all over again. My game dev career is just one giant circle.
What were some of the highlights from your PlantSide 2 days?
Oh, let's see here. Well, to go even before that, I was an intern on Clone Wars Adventures back in 2010.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was a fun 10 or so weeks, and I worked on some logging on that. So it's just like we had an old logging system we didn't like, so I switched it over to a different, newer logging system, and it wasn't even like about doing as much work as I can. It was more about like learning like what's going on in the code so I can figure it out. I played so much of those darn games, let me tell you.
Clone Wars Adventures actually wasn't bad.
I like the lightsaber dueling game.
It was pretty
with
enjoyable,
my entire
man.
heart.
Yeah.
It was like DDR, but you would get a sweet lightsaber sequence if you did well.
Yeah, and that was actually well before I even started working for SOE. I played some Clone Wars Adventures.
Yeah, and then on PlantSide, I worked on the train editor for about 3 or 4 months, and
Are we
then
in different matches? I think we might be.
whoops, yeah,
I don't see you. All right, let's back out.
might have been my fault for clicking solo by accident. I thought I backed out of that.
Lawrence Steen, I would suggest running it in windowed borderless or borderless windowed mode in order to switch between different tabs. That makes it a lot smoother.
We're still in the same group.
Looks like we are. If you want to try inviting me.
Which one's you?
Just try sending an invite to that one. Oh, I guess we already are. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
so
then,
you got Jurassic Park logo, so.
Jurassic Park /Lost logo. All right, you'll hit start on there.
I never watched Lost.
So
I am a huge evangelist for Lost, so I probably don't have the most biased, or I probably have a super biased outlook on it.
Is it starting?
Not for me. Let me relog.
All right.
you guys could jump into a solo match, so you makes it a little farther.
All right. Wait, I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
See if we
Start
can
the
jump
game
into
back
the
up again.
same match. Yeah, after let's see here. After I worked on the trainer on PlantSide, I got the experience system. So someone else had worked on that, and they had to get onto some more pressing issues. So I was fixing bugs with that. There was like grenades weren't like when I first joined the PlantSide 2, not terrain editor part of it. Like throwing grenades wouldn't give proper XP.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fun one to track down. There were things where like if you threw a grenade onto someone's tank mine and that killed someone, making sure that the person who threw the grenade or shot the tank mine got the right credit. Instead of like if you stood on a friendly tank mine, the person who placed it didn't get the credit, so you could you could effectively grief people by like blowing up their own tank mines, but someone else would, like the person who placed it, would get the team kill.
Effectively griefing, folks.
Wait, are we joining up?
Let's try one more time to do duos. You know, Alt tab and then accept my invite. Wi-Fi, you keeping a close tabs on the chat.
It is admittedly a bit more difficult to do so on mobile. So, can.
Sir Kane. Oh boy, I know that name. Is Muldoon to blame for XP caps? No, I am not. That is something. Why am I dying? I'm in a match. How did this happen?
Let's just do solos then.
All right.
Alex, did you have any work on the betting system?
I did not. That was my office mate, Rusty. So I know a lot about it because I so we code review every single change list that gets submitted. So that means when you finish your work, you put it up for approval by someone else, and that's usually your office mate. In my case, so I would review a lot of Rusty's stuff. So I had a passing familiarity with all the bounty systems. So which is confusing because PlantSide had a bounty.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
On 3. Let's do it. But yeah, so PlantSide 2 had a bounty system. That's completely different than that. And it was like if someone killed you, because PlantSide 2 is persistent, you can keep respawning. You can place a bounty on someone, and they get a special spotting icon.
Mm-hmm.
And that way people would know that that person's worth more XP if you killed them. So you could effectively... It is the most light griefing system you probably could put into a game and officially sanction.
Yeah.
So like if you put like 100 bounties on them, it would only last like 3 kills either way, but you would get 100 bounties worth of XP every single time.
So I see a lot of people asking about the Just Survive update. We did push a patch to. Ooh, I'm gonna put some skulls on this one. We did put a patch to the Just Survive test server a few days ago, and then we were gonna update the test server today, but we ran into a last-minute gating issue. So the test server will remain with all the fixes and whatnot, pretty much the same over the weekend. But we will look at pushing out a new push to test for Just Survive early next week. We want to really make sure that we have that awesome feedback loop. There's a guy named Player13 who has provided a lot of great feedback, and a lot of other people on Reddit. A lot of really good feedback for Just Survive. We want to reinforce the quality comes first before we push the next thing to the live servers for Just Survive, because we haven't had some great pushes in the last couple of times. All right, I'm following you. I'm just gonna go. Oh wait, you're going over there, so I'm not following you. Oh right, we're in solos.
Yeah.
I was like,
What are you doing, man?
where are you?
Alright.
Every time I've dropped into this location, I get screwed in the first like 30 seconds.
And we know about that issue, and it is absolutely being looked into by best minds we have on that.
So you're talking about the test server?
Yes.
Yes, the test server is still locked, and it is going to be. Oh man, there's so many people here. This is bad news. It's going to be rolled back to the build that was up before we locked it, because while we locked it and then we were smoke testing it, we ran into some issues that take a lot longer to fix, and we will get those fixed. But we're going to have to roll it back and unlock it. So instead of grabbing any weapons, I just hightailed it into the forest. This is probably not the best idea, but I'm going to run with it.
Always run for the woods.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, no update as far as an absolute date for the November patch just yet.
Right. And if you guys haven't read the last producer's update from Chris Wynn, the November update is really going to be focused around team games, really polishing up that end game flow in the UI, and also getting team spectate in. So that's something that that the team is actively working towards for the November update. But no, we don't have a date for the November update yet. But that will be what the team and the updates can be focused on.
And Greg, please correct me if I am wrong, but I believe the preseason will end at our November update.
Yes, that is
November
currently the
update.
plan. Preseason will end and Season 1 will begin with the November update. So that's currently the plan, and we hope to continue that plan. But yeah, Season 1 will begin with the new November update, and preseason will be over. There are no preseason rewards, but there will be rewards at the end of Season 1 based on the tier you end up in. This is a cop car, but oh wow, there's no one around. This is great news. So it does pay to just randomly run off into the blue.
My first win was actually right there in that spot.
Really?
Yeah, my first one on C2.
And there's a lot of loot here too. This
Yup.
is great. Oh god. Oh god, someone's coming. Oh no! I'm not even reloaded. Oh, he's just looking at the cop car. He doesn't know I'm here.
What? What?
No. Did he take something?
What just happened?
I think he may have taken...
Did he just take your keys out of that car?
Nope. He ran up to the car. He may have taken the fuel. Let's find out. No, he didn't take anything from my car.
What just happened?
He just ran up, kind of looked at me, and then, oh, God. Now there's an actual cop after me. So you and I both have cars, and there's a cop after me, and I just saw a Jeep. I know there's a lot of people saying that there are too many vehicles on the map. What are your feelings on that, Ri-Fi? I know the team is kind of talking about it because right now the end game meta is basically 10 cop cars circling around each other until somebody jumps out.
Magnums are your best friend.
Right.
That is my my idea on that. I usually end up carrying a ton of Magnum ammo on me, usually more than I think regular players do. So, being that it has just absolutely insane range compared to quite a few of the other guns, every single vehicle I see, I'm gonna try to magnum that down. So in my games, anyways, I don't seem to have such an issue with tons of vehicles being everywhere. Sure, in the top 2 or 3, it seems like at least one person will end up having a vehicle, but that'll get shot down relatively quickly.
See, for every one guy that's in the chat saying no vehicles are good, don't change it, you have one guy there saying vehicles are garbage, please change it. So it really comes down to your guys' feedback, but also the design team taking a hard look at. Oh, good, he flipped over. A good hard look. Ooh.
2 tapped.
2 tapped when going full speed a cop car. That's pretty impressive.
Looks like Greg will continue on.
Boy, that was a rough death.
Oh, he's taking shots at me, and he shot me out of the cop car too. We're having a great time. I'm gonna get Wi-Fi in here now, so that you guys can actually watch.
Okay.
Somebody who's
Go
good
ahead
instead
and,
of me.
Might as well go ahead and drop the mic audio so we're not destroying everyone's ears.
All
When
right,
taking off
we're gonna go
headsets.
into a quick mute while we play some musical chairs.
All right, check.
We're back.
Hey, welcome back, everyone.
We're gonna let these guys actually get some real gameplay done, and I'll check out chat. So give me a sec while I pull it up.
Yeah, I'm doing this thing again.
With a keyboard on your lap?
Yep. Man, so much more room.
It's ridiculous.
All right, I sent you an invite.
Cool. Still on your screen? Good. All right. Don't hit it to both games just yet.
Because you're gonna put in all your cheats.
Yeah, absolutely.
All your cheat codes.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's
Oh, look,
a
that's,
strong password there, Wi-Fi.
Quiet. I can hear myself.
Yeah.
That was really off-putting. All right, now I got chat, and I can
Go for
lean back on the couch cam.
All right, we're back to both games.
Will duos get competitive play like solos? Yes, they will. But right now we are focusing on solos. Going to try and really polish up the solo experience before we move on to 2s and 5s competitive play and leaderboards and top 10s and all that. But yes, that is absolutely the plan. But no, we do not have any kind of dates on that. But yeah, we're moving that direction.
Is the auto reload bug being looked into? Yes, absolutely. That is bugged, and I believe it's assigned out for all that to be looked into. So yes, we absolutely know about that.
Oh, so something Greg said earlier that was really interesting was talking about feedback and stuff. So another thing I worked on was what we call the wall of data. And that's basically a bunch of tracking that we put in our game. So like every time you pick up like a weapon or reload or shoot a bullet, a lot of that stuff is logged out and tracked too. So we see what weapons people are using, what kills are going down, where people are dying, like what loot is being spawned and where. So heat maps galore. All that stuff is compiled into lots of different reports and data that we send out to the designers. And from there, so that it's one thing to get like a player's feelings and collate a bunch of feedback, but it's another thing to have like really hard data on that you can like see what's going down for all that.
Yeah, and if you guys want to give bug reports or feedback of that kind, the absolute, and you can back me up here, Wi-Fi, the absolute best possible way is to get a video of it happening and or have really good reproduction steps, repro steps, as we like to call them internally. But once you can do it over and over and over again, helps us narrow down the actual issue.
So I want to say it was Sheepdog,
yeah.
Actually
Good
had
guy, that Sheepdog.
Yes, absolutely. He had an excellent bug report where he did encounter a bug, and then in the video that he submitted to us, he opened up the video, had the bug on his screen, and he said exactly what he was doing before he encountered that bug. And that makes it a lot easier for us to reproduce an issue when we know exactly what was happening before the bug was encountered.
Yeah, and also all bugs aren't created equal. Some bugs are they have a lot of different programs that touch them, and there are some that are just a quick fix. So, you know, if we push out a hot fix that introduces, or not introduces, thankfully we hopefully don't do that anymore, but fixes a few bugs, but not ones that, you know, either you reported or we're looking forward to fixes for. It doesn't mean we weren't and aren't working on them, but some bugs take significantly longer to fix than others. And I'll let you guys get into some
This is going to be a brutal start.
Get that helmet. Over here. I've only got 380, so this is gonna be fun.
That's fine. That's all you need. We're good.
This mouse is so different from yours.
There we go.
Wi-Fi.
Liked your mouse way better.
Straight killing it.
All right. Well, since that was a bit of an up. Well, there we go.
Yep.
I'm all sitting over here looking at you. I see the dude show up on that screen rather than mine. Okay.
All right, you guys are sufficiently warmed up.
Well, that's
All right. Yeah, there we go.
we got that going.
Yeah.
Do you need to make some changes to your settings over there, Alex?
I might have to lower my aiming sensitivity. I usually keep it on
Muldoon.
like 40.
Muldoon X9.
It's so weird when people call me that name in person.
Muldoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, you know, when meeting a lot of, you know, streamers, Lyric, Summit, Curvy, Gassy, I never know if they want me to call them by their name personally or by their streamer name. It's always like especially when you're first meeting them, like, hey,
You.
Mampon, it's like, do you want me to call you that, or now that we actually know each other personally, should we, you know, drop the streamer name? It's a difficult thing to navigate.
It changes your region option. Or, wow, it changes your region often. Any focus on that. I actually don't know what you're referring to. By it.
Yeah, spectator mode is absolutely going to be a part of the next patch. It's what the team is actively working towards when you're playing a 2 and 5 man, that when you die, you can spectate your teammate. That's what the November patch is all about. Spectember patch.
Someone here said Pineapple's got partnered, and I met that guy at TwitchCon.
Yeah,
He's a
he
cool
certainly
dude.
did. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Pineapples.
Yeah, he was our Take Your Shot guy,
Yeah.
and he placed in the top 10 in one of those matches,
Yeah,
so
not
he
bad.
walked away with a nice chunk of change. So someone from the community was able to come in and show some people what for at the
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Invitational.
Mhm.
So I talked to him a bunch at TwitchCon. TwitchCon was so much fun.
Absolutely.
So big shout out to everyone, Jimmy, Clegg, the entire marketing team who helped put the Invitational and TwitchCon together, because wow, was that fun.
That was a whole lot of fun, and I think quite a few of our viewers enjoyed that as well, because we were able to go with our new Spectate 2 camera to show everybody off the game, which worked out very, very well. If you look at the kind of the Spectate cam from the first Invitational compared to the second one, it's a lot more smooth.
Yeah, totally. And good job, Wi-Fi. And you were one of the spectators.
Well, oh yeah, and the spectating was amazing. I don't know, no, but who's also a spectator here as well? Maybe.
Dave and you and
This
who
cool,
else was
this
out
cool
there?
guy called Legion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not Greg. Legion.
Legion.
That was the guy.
Legion CM to my Reddit friends.
You know what else was great was if you went to h1z1.com/stats, there was a really great
/watch.
stat. There was a stats page too.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the watch
It's in
page
the
had all
past
the
now.
stats.
You don't need to correct me. But yeah, so I worked on the stats page. Me, Rusty, Dave Ermet. So a bunch of other guys were here helping with the stats page. And
It was so great, dude.
Yeah,
that was a huge improvement over the year before, I think.
Yeah,
in that there wasn't one.
Well, you could also check and make sure that your favorite streamer, like Dr. Disrespect, was still alive during part of the match. So I had it on my phone, so in case someone I missed, blinked or looked away for a second, I could keep an eye on my phone, make sure my favorite guys are still in the run.
Yeah, that was a great way to interact with the Invitational.
I actually want to go residential.
All right, let's do it.
So Season 1 starts when the November patch happens. That is currently the plan.
So let's see, Skunk Door. I believe Stay Lifted actually went on. Did he get? I want to say he got 10th place. I may be incorrect on that. But yeah, he definitely did well, and I think that's how that went. I think I saw somebody land over next to you, so look out for that.
Restrix TV.
I did not.
We wanted to get Skirmish up this weekend. Ran into some issues. We're trying to make Ignition, bring back Ignition as Skirmish on the arena with the new UI. Just run into a couple issues, so we didn't get it up for this weekend. But we're hoping to get it up next weekend.
I got a shotgun and a helmet.
So nobody over by you?
I can't tell if it sounded like you, but
Right.
it was an extra noise, so.
All right, I'm not sure whose audio is whose. One thing that we do mention every single time we do this this stream, the game audio you are hearing is from both of our systems. So if something sounds like it's coming from the left and the right, it could just be that the two of us are looking in different angles. So it gets a little confusing for all involved.
The Captain Yerk is saying, "Don't bring back Ignition," and like I was saying before, there's like every person that was like, "I loved Ignition." There's a Captain Yerk who's like, "Don't bring Ignition back."
Don't do it.
I was a big fan of Ignition, honestly. I know.
Yeah, I liked that too.
Yeah, I enjoyed the you start with an ATV, so you're just like you hit the ground and you're instantly going somewhere quickly. I don't know. I liked Ignition.
It was definitely a lot of fun, and it was very fast paced as well. I'm excited to see how it'll be on Z2, being that you don't have those colossal mountains in between.
Right.
In between yourself and some of those save points out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of save
whenever there was a
points.
save point on like the side of the mountain,
Right.
it was just really awkward.
Everybody's struggling to make it up there with ATVs.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably my favorite improvement about the arena over Z1 is that they flatten it out a lot.
Yeah,
And-
you're not flipping your vehicle over every 15 seconds. But now, if you do, you can re-flip it back over,
Yes.
which is a huge improvement, I think.
Yeah, and just a huge credit to the design team on the world. So like they made it easier to read what surfaces you can climb and what you can't. So like I can't go up this hill, but it's like it's got all rock texture.
Mhm.
But there's like some pathways up there that have grass, and that makes it a little bit clearer. Like that's where I'm gonna be able to run up.
Exactly. A couple people asking throughout the chat. No, we have no plans of bringing the original map back. We built the new map for gameplay and performance, and has a lot of improvements that we're pretty happy with. So no, we don't have any plans to bring the old map back. If you currently want to play the old map, it is still available on Just Survive until we bring a new map over to Just Survive. So if you're feeling very nostalgic, you can head on over to Just Survive. I feel like that one guy that was like, "You don't like the Xbox One? Go buy a 360." That is not the way I meant it.
Do you have Vase?
Have what?
Convase, sorry.
No.
Cool. There's one in this house that you're just about to go into.
All
I
right.
feel like I'm just running through, hoovering everything up. I'm gonna go to the other
Well,
side. of the
I've
street.
got pretty much everything I need. So except
Okay.
the shoes.
I need to find a helmet. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I don't have an extra. One of my favorite things is walking through a house that's clearly been looted and finding a health kit in it, like some tucked away corner. That happened a lot during the playtest.
That's not me.
That's not me either.
It's neither of you.
It's
There's a third computer. Yeah, we are looking at vehicle skins for the other vehicles, not just the Jeep.
All right, let's get that Jeep and get out of here.
yeah.
Do you have a helmet yet?
Nope.
All right, let's go find that helmet. Where'd you go?
Slowed down by me. I'm just gonna bust through this fence here real quick and see if I can get something good. Who knows? This might be the house that has it all. I was wrong.
So much AR ammo.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well on AR ammo, more conveys, but still no helmets. I'm playing the most dangerous of games right now. Let's see what else is going on. Got a helmet. Okay, so we've got a helmet. Got some Magnum. Let's see what else we got. I might just loot the rest of this house to get even more AR ammo. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, all right. I'm good with heading back.
All right. If you see another composite or a military backpack, let me know. Think of the fabric that you tear it down into.
Oh, okay. So you...
I have a regular backpack. It's fine for now. Let's get going. We need to get southwest or southeast.
Old hams. Yeah, we actually are starting to talk about new vehicles.
Of
We
military. I'll drop it next to
don't have
Jeep.
anything specific to say about it, but yes, we are. King of the Kill is not going to stay static and the same forever. We'll look at introducing new vehicles, new weapons, things like that as the game continues to grow.
So where are we getting a Jurassic Park skin for
Oh my God, we need one so bad, right?
We could just make some like generic one that's got the stripes in slightly different places and just have like it say Zombie Park or something.
Zombie Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need a Jeep that doesn't have the hard top.
It's fine. It'll be close enough.
Will it?
Yes.
Not for my diehard fandom.
So as someone who I've also made a bunch of cosplay costumes, and there was a point where I was just like, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be one-to-one to whatever I'm cosplaying off of, and I realized that would cost hundreds of dollars. I started slacking off on some of that.
Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
had a solid Snake costume going on, right?
Yeah, it was a Big Boss costume from. I made one for 3 and Metal Gear Solids 3 and 5.
Oh
Big
yeah,
Boss.
dude, your costume was phenomenal.
And so I spent easily $600 on that costume.
And how well did that pay off for you? Did you end up winning anything with that?
It is not cash flow positive yet, but between the gift card and the one time I wrestled in it, I've made about $25 in gift cards, another $20 in wrestling payday.
Well, there you go. Let's see.
That's more than zero.
Yes.
Now, if any execs from Universal are listening, we'd love to partner with you about getting a Jurassic Park skin in the game.
Yeah, or Jurassic World. Jurassic World 2 is in production. So
Sure,
we could,
sure, why not?
Yeah. Get some-
Except I'm very partial to that OG Jurassic
for
Park
sure,
Jeep.
for sure. The first two are
But
100%.
people died there, Greg. It's very disrespectful.
I'm very happy they're not bringing that character back.
Oh.
They announced that they are not bringing him back to Jurassic World 2.
Really? Oh, so you've been like really looking into it.
Dude, when I get like passionate about something, I like dive in.
Oh yeah, me too. So how much fan fiction have you read and written?
Written about 43 stories,
All right, what's your fan
mainly
fiction?
involving myself and Alan Grant.
Let's see. Roll down pointed out a very good point. If you guys notice any bugs that are incredibly annoying or just bugs in general, sorry about that, DGCissuetracker.com is the place to report bugs. It is driven by the community, and we go there quite often to go through and make sure that anything on there is already added to our knowledge base, or our internal bug tracking knowledge base.
That's
and,
right.
Get
It's your
those things
one-stop
rolling.
shop for bug reporting. Goes directly to us.
So I see an off-roader up ahead, but
Yep.
I do not see dudes.
And it seems parked too.
Same with. Yep, there we go.
See ya,
I'm
champ.
getting out.
Whoa!
Ooh. I was like, I went from like shoulder to like other shoulder, and then finally helmet. That was
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that dude got me pretty good.
okay.
All right, that was warm-up number 2
All right.
or 3 or whatever you
So-
guys are on at this point.
On the topic of dirt bikes, I think we have said this before, which is why I don't mind bringing it up. There was an attempt at a bike once before, and
The murder bike.
The murder bike.
Yeah,
And Greg knows what I'm talking about. So that
that was a bicycle though.
I was well. It was
I mean, it's a two-wheeled
a
object.
two-wheeled thing that had balance. That all it did was, if you could stand on it, your character would do one of these poses. Stand on top of the bike, you would lose balance, and then you would spin through the world and die.
The murder
So,
bike.
the murder
We
bike.
so named it.
Aptly named.
Saw a comment here that said nice hit reg, and like no, I'm just terrible at shooting. Like
Yeah.
I just want to believe I want to believe that was just like straight face, just
Like-
like throwing shade at me for like yeah.
Sometimes people mistake hit reg for awful aim.
Yeah, like I said, I went from like shoulder to chest to
Ah.
other shoulder, and then finally helmet.
I painted a nice silhouette behind the back.
He moved out of the way, and there was a perfect
Oh, yeah.
outline of the person.
Hey, Kamikaze, good to see you. This other guy is. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, Alex Hoffman again. So for those of you just joining us or those who missed the introduction, my name is Alex Hoffman. I'm a programmer on H1Z1 King of the Kill. I worked on PlanetSide 2 and Clone Wars Adventures for a long time, and I'm also pro wrestler. If we don't have the name tags anymore, let's go back to the intro. See if the name.
We'll just go straight to
Yeah.
main camera. Yeah, that's the one.
It's gonna be shuffled. So I'm Alex Hoffman, programmer, pro wrestler. Yeah.
I'm that one, and then Greg in the back,
back.
is.
Hey guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that is not us saying that hit reg is absolutely perfect. So, you know,
It'll
It-
never be perfect. Not with the way, infrastructure is in America. There's just the way
zero latency for every human on Earth.
Until Google fibers every house together, there's just gonna be stuff. Like I remember there was an issue on PlanetSide where Briggs was having trouble logging in for like months, and like we were trying to figure out what it was, and it just turned out the pathway between like the login server in Vegas and the server over in Australia, just like the pipe just got congested with all the bandwidth, so we just had to buy extra bandwidth, and that was the solution to the problem. Like nothing changed.
There was a bunch of kangaroos in the pipe that got sucked into the Australia server.
It
pipe.
did have to go across an entire ocean, and everyone there's not an infinite amount of fiber pipes connecting the coasts and the countries there. So we just had to buy more bandwidth so our Australian friends could play in PlanetSide 2.
Sarah will be back, guys. Sorry she was not able to make it out to the.
Sarah's having a grand old time outside of the office right now.
That's a place.
I've never been there, but I hear it's nice.
Okay, I saw a parachute land over there, and I don't know. I just really didn't like the way the guy parted his hair or something. I don't know. I want to go after him.
All right, I'll meet you up. Hey, I got an invitational crate.
You lucky dog.
That's all I need. All right.
That was my favorite one because they had my favorite streamer's helmet in it, Dr. Disrespect.
All right, so I am also a fan of Dr. Disrespect, but what do you like about Doc?
Well, he's the best. So,
Period.
so my favorite thing about Dr. Disrespect is that.
New plan. Run away. That's the
All
plan.
So my favorite thing about Doc is he's like if a pro wrestler, instead of like going into wrestling and doing all that, he just became a streamer instead. And it's just like he's got a larger than life personality. He's got
He would appeal to your wrestling likes.
Yeah, he's got charisma. He's got a shtick. He's got a gimmick. He's got it all, man. He's just.
Did you get a chance to meet him at TwitchCon?
I met him pretty much every time. Like he's easy to spot too. So
Oh
like,
yeah, he's a 6'8"
Dude is tall.
yeah,
monster.
he joked like I mean he didn't joke. He mentioned he was 6'8", an athletic gaming freak, and so of course, like that was legit straight up, and he just towered over everyone else at TwitchCon.
Yeah,
So-
it was. I was shocked to see that he was not lying about that.
All right, so you're in a house completely covered in gas, and I'm getting shot, and I'm shooting at someone else.
He
Yep.
uninstalled yesterday.
Same
Yeah.
exact time
He'll
for
reinstall.
death. Yeah.
He
He's
uninstalls
impressed.
like once a week.
He's got a great internet connection, so he could just reinstall whenever he wants. So that those 10 or so gigs he has to download like that.
Yeah, good guy. We like the doc.
So, back to Jurassic Park.
Obviously.
the greatest of all movies.
Yes.
What's your favorite Jurassic Park game?
My favorite Jurassic Park game.
Doesn't have to be the best one, just the one that you're like, this is Jurassic Park.
The Super Nintendo one was pretty awesome, where you got to play as the Raptor
Mm-hmm.
and Alan Grant. You got like as the Raptor, you're like eating little compies and
I
like
didn't
getting your
like
health
that
back. I mean, there aren't a ton to choose from.
You're saying Jurassic Park games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arcade game. The
The-
one where you go to
Yeah,
the arcade,
yeah,
you're like
yeah.
in the
It's a-
Jeep,
the
and
Jeep,
you're
yeah. Oh,
You're
that one-
right. I totally forgot about that one.
That one was certainly one of the most legit Jurassic Park games, but I think my favorite was Operation Genesis for PS2 and Xbox.
Okay.
And that was like a park builder game. And it was very light in a lot of the park building things, but like they spent a lot of love and time on making the dinosaurs. So I remember when I first bred my you have to like build your park with the electrical fences and the rides and stuff, and you like set up like the booths and the ticket prices, and like you have to go and find all the bones and stuff so you can grind them up for DNA for making your dinosaurs. And like my favorite thing was like seeing a raptor be born out of the hatching chamber.
And you said push.
No, it just went full speed after like the first goat it saw, because it came out as like a full adult because they didn't want to have to do like hatchling and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like they had like pack mentality for the raptors, and the T-Rexes would just eat the goats whole, and a cyclone would like screw up your island every once in a while and just tear down all your fences and start
You know
eating
what
the tourists.
wasn't a good Jurassic Park game?
Warpath.
Real quick. Yes, we are. I am reading chat, guys.
Wi-Fi, we're talking about Jurassic Park here.
We are looking at chat. As far as the airdrop tickets, hold on, sorry, I was reading something else. As far as the airdrop tickets go, that is not something you guys will be doing. That is something that we will be pushing out on our side. We were originally planning on doing it during the last update. However, we noticed a gating issue on that before it went out. So good catch by the guys that got that. And we will be doing that as soon as we can, but still no exact date on that just yet.
Right. All of that's correct. Back to Jurassic Park. The worst Jurassic Park game, in my opinion, is the Telltale one.
Oh, no.
They really screwed that up.
It was bad.
I was so excited because they got the license and they got all the sounds and the soundtrack, and man, it was bad. The only good thing about that game were the dinosaur kill you animations.
Oh yeah, they spent a lot of time making like dinosaurs kill you in really extravagant fashions.
Yeah, not. I was really looking forward to it because Telltale's got a long stream of great games.
Yeah, we caught them in between masterpieces.
we
Unfortunately,
really did.
All right, where are you? Right.
The Wolf Among Us was
Tremendous game.
yes.
All right, I'll go back to chat.
Man,
I got to talk about Jurassic Park.
I think I am northwest of where you're at.
right.
Usually there's at least somebody else who lands over here.
Yes, we are still planning on bringing H1Z1 out to consoles. We don't have a date to talk about just yet, but it is currently in the pipeline.
There we go. I got another laminate for you.
All right, sweet.
Let's see. A few helmets.
B-Doggy, I'm not going to stop talking about Jurassic Park. This is my show, and I'll talk about whatever I want.
This is where we have fun and stream and have a good time.
That's right. This is
So-
Community Outbreak.
So, well, feel free to. So, in case you joined late and missed the introduction, I work on the marketplace, the terrain editor, and the XP systems of H1Z1, and also, specifically King of the Kill and PlanSide 2 back in the day. So, feel free to ask some questions about that. I know you might have more pressing questions, but I can't answer them because I don't work on that stuff. But feel free.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to get the behind the scenes and some video game stuff, and like one of my favorite stories about PlanSide 2 was we had like a shield thing that we needed. Like we needed an art asset for that, and they're like, oh, we can't put that there because we don't have the right art asset. And they're like, and the level designers are like, we really want to cover this up with a shield. And right behind you.
I think I got DC'd.
This dude's keep running.
Will a brand muffin inventory item be introduced to
Go for
restore health in the future? There's some devs watching, so I think it would be interesting. Get a brand muffin to restore you to full health. No, double health.
Go ahead and blow up that ATV, by the way.
Blow it up.
Yep.
It's all my ammo.
There we go.
I was a little too close to that.
I think he wants you to die.
But yeah, so there was this art asset we really needed for PlanSide, and I remember one of our producers was just like, "I know you guys want to cover this, and we don't have the art asset for it, so just stretch it out and make it look bad." So the artist's like, "Oh, this looks like garbage. Let's fix it." And it was just one of those funny ways that I thought was like they needed the art asset, so they just made something look like they obviously asked them nicely, "Hey, can we get an art asset for that?" But that was just the joke about how to manipulate them and to get them to do what we wanted.
So I'm seeing a couple questions about. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit because there was something that I did want to answer.
A lot of people talking about server lag. The team is constantly looking into it. We are not. We don't have any blind eye on that. We're always looking into optimization, and we actually have. We have a good problem to have right now. We have a lot of people really interested in the game, a lot of people jumping in, and we're looking at a lot of different solutions to reduce lag. So just know that, yes, we see that there are some latency issues sometimes, especially during peak hours on Friday at 3:51. But yeah, the team is actively involved in that.
So as far as I'm seeing a couple things saying, hey, what about teamers and cheaters? If you guys run into those, be sure to screenshot that and send any of that information over to, I believe it is h1z1cheaters@daybreakgames.com.
That sounds about right.
For that, there is somebody who looks into that, but as the team that looks into those emails are there. When they're going through those emails, they're specifically looking to take action on people who are cheating. You will most likely not receive a response on that. So those are getting looked into, as well as the Control R reports.
H1Z1 cheater at Daybreak.
Cheater. Okay, cool.
Cheaters.
Thank you, Phil Loco.
We also have Katie in the chat. Hi, Katie.
Look at that. Mods helping out. As far as the whitelisted servers, we do have events that are coming up that we are currently working on. We did have kind of a trial run for Champions Arena, which went pretty well. I don't remember the exact winners of that. If I did, I would certainly give those guys some credit for winning. So
the testing on the event
Yes.
servers, yeah. Big shout out to anybody that was involved in that. It was a big help for us. Getting some live testing going on that.
Sony James is asking any info on spectating on duos. We are working on that right now, and the current goal is to get that out by next update.
Yes, we are aware of the getting kicked out of a car and then stop moving issue. Was that hotfixed in the most recent hotfix? Wi-Fi, do you know?
That I'm not sure.
Or is that one still being looked into? I know that the team is definitely aware of it. If it hasn't already been hotfixed, it will be in the next round of bug fixes.
Stay Lifted one, awesome. Congratulations to Stay Lifted. Let's see. Is there any way to get the quest items from Just Survive so you can use them in King of the Kill? Unfortunately not. So, all of those people who've been around for quite a while, since actually before the split, who have those Just Survive only skins, definitely probably want to hang on to those, since you will not be able to get them again, at least not in the foreseeable future on that.
Yeah, we have no plans to bring some of those quest only items back into King of the Kill. So you Just Survive players who have them in King of the Kill, wear them with pride.
Are you going to change the scrapyard? I'm going to assume you mean change kind of the loot table that is in the scrapyard, and yes, that will be changed. Exactly when and how that will be changed as it goes, I don't think we've sent out a producer's letter or anything on that just yet.
No, we haven't.
So,
but yeah, there will be a updating the scrapyard with new crates as they come out, things like that. Scrapyard's not a static environment.
Kenny, we do not have that. We do not have that in.
It's an interesting bit of feedback, though.
Yes.
Season 1 is going to start, at least the plan right now is Season 1 will start with the November patch. And we do not have a date for the November patch just yet.
You're now on TV. That is absolutely bugged, and we are aware of that. Thank you. Hey guys, still no exact date on that November update, or just to cover a couple other things that I've seen in chat quite a few times. We do not have a skirmish set up for this weekend, and let's see, what was that other one? I can't quite remember. No, we don't have any changes to options coming up right now, and
Shadows and
that
specifics.
includes shadows specifically.
Yeah, I realize that people are filtering in and out, so if we're answering the same question over and over, we just want to make sure that the most amount of people get the most amount of info. So apologies for repeating ourselves, but some people just got here. We try to hit the main offenders as they come.
Smalone, let's see, where was that? As far as rewards for winning goes, yes, you can receive rewards for winning. What I mean by that is if you bet on yourself and you do well, I believe it's in the top third of all players, you will get some sort of a payout. If there is a lot of players in there, then you will get 1,000 skulls for winning that you can use to cash in on some awesome skins and vehicle skins for the off-roader as well. Outside of that, you will also be gaining experience with every single game. and at certain levels, you will be granted unlocked crates.
I believe it's every 5 levels, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you get one at 2, and then 5, and then after that, it's every 5 levels.
And
That's something I worked on.
Yep.
I didn't put those numbers there, but I put the system there so the designers could put those numbers there. That's a lot of what I do. Is designers and producers tell me what to do, then I do it, and then people are like, "Hey, Alex, could you remove like the XP caps or this or that from some plants I do? There was XP caps, so if you earn too much XP of one thing, like it was an anti-exploit feature, and some people hit that through legitimate play every once in a while, and people were upset that was there." And like it wasn't my choice to put it there; it was put there beforehand. But it was like designers wanted it there, and like you were like, "Hey, Alex, I know you work on XP. Can you fix that?" Like, I don't make that decision. I do the engineering of it. I do the architecting, but not the actual decisions. I don't write the design documents.
You do the stuff that makes my brain melt.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Like it doesn't make my brain melt. Like I don't mess up at wrestling some nights because I'm still thinking about work and figuring out like oh, you need to take a body slam here. I'm like, oh, what? Wait, this isn't XP.
You need to figure out a way to work that into your set.
Well, yeah, one day. I was thinking about like trying to get those guys to like do something for the ECW crate, but I never got the courage to ask them about that.
What would you add if there was one skin you could add to the game from your wrestling repertoire? What would you add?
Oh man.
What would you want? I guess.
Well, while you're thinking about that, one adorable shout out that I must say, 'cause I saw that earlier. Hello, Zoe and Katrina. I think somebody said that they were watching it with their girlfriend, and they had their kids watching. So, hello.
Hello. We'll try and keep it clean. All right. What skin would you like to add?
Oh man, I think it wouldn't be a skin, just like a folding chair to hit someone with, something like
Ooh.
that.
An emote, or
some more emotes would always be most welcome.
A folding chair. I like that.
let's see. Tech, we are aware with the bit of a desync with doors being opened or opened at strange angles, so that we do have tracked.
I think Mitch was even saying they've got something in place for that. So that should hopefully come out with the next hot fix.
CB12, no. Let's see. We are aware we ran into a couple server issues earlier, so I'm sure we have a couple people looking into that right now.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of programmers on the team all working on different things here and there. It's always interesting to keep track of what everyone's doing or finding out someone's working on something really cool. So we don't have we haven't had our weekly programmer meetings in a while, but I can't wait till we have them again so I can find out what everyone else is working on. We put those on hold when we were getting ready for our big push for that big update back in September. And boy, were we working hard for that stuff, let me tell you.
So
everyone was.
Yeah, absolutely. Phil Loco coming in real quick. They're saying they're looking into server-related issues. If you experience invisible players or odd things in general, that's what is going on right now. Is they're looking into those server issues.
Yeah, a lot of things are actually combined into server issues. General desync, visible players, hit reg. A lot of those things aren't issues on their own. They're exacerbated when we're hit with server issues.
Buy gold, definitely need some creepy clown mask skins. We actually do. We have a creepy
Jester.
Yeah, the Jester clown mask skin, which I believe was an ultra rare. It
absolutely
absolutely
in the Predator crate?
Yes.
I forget who put it up, but somebody put up an awesome video where it's a 5-man team.
Yeah.
And they're running around. They're like, I think there's somebody in this house. And
I saw somebody in the window. Let me go in.
The team is all outside, and this one guy's like, all right, I'm gonna go look upstairs. He gets to the top of the stairs, and there's 5 dudes with shotguns in jester masks just pointing at the stairs. You hear him scream, and then it just immediately gets cut out. It was probably one of my favorite videos.
Yeah. Someone said you haven't had a programmers meeting in that long, and it's like, I just haven't been in the producers and the leads. So our technical director and our senior programmers. I'm sure they've had some. I see them meeting with teams, the other teams, so the plant side technical director and our technical director will be having meetings here and there. But we haven't had a H1Z1 King of the Kill programmer meeting in a few weeks. So that's what I mean by that. It's not like everyone's just kind of, ragtag, guerrilla warfaring the code base and just doing what they want.
I'm just gonna throw some stuff
yeah,
in there. See what
I
happens.
mentioned it earlier. We have mandatory code reviews on King of the Kill, so everyone has to like get another programmer to like look at their code and like have it be explained to them, or like so go over it just to make sure there's no like huge glaring issues. Like especially when we were pretty tired during crunch time.
So yeah, fun fact on that from the 19th to the 20th, making sure everything was up and moving as it should. I had a 28-hour shift for that, so that was
28 hours.
I was here for 28 hours. Of course, every 5 hours I was taking the 30-minute break and
slamming
all
a
of
Red
that
Bull.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was definitely here for a while for that.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as PlanetSide 2 was for me, but PlanetSide 2 I had less of a life, so I could just be here like the entire time, and like I stopped going to wrestling training for a while there, so I was just like all I would do is I would go home and I would watch like 2 episodes of an anime. Which, by the way, if you've ever heard of the anime New Game, it's on Crunchyroll, and it's about an all-woman programming art game studio that make a video game, and boy, oh boy, there's a lot of comedy in it, but the other half of it is like 100% truth.
I was going to say, does a lot of it hit home for you?
Yeah, there was like a QA, someone who got hired for the summer as a QA tester, and she's like, oh boy, I'm going to play video games. And then it's just like, you see the sunrise, sunset 5 times at the end of the week. She's like, I hate myself. I hate life. I hate existing. This is the worst. And she was just like, I have to keep playing this level over and over, and it keeps freezing in the same damn spot, even though they said they fix it. And it was just like, it was true. There's also an unfortunate amount of, like, there's a little bit of fan service in there. If you watch anime, you know what that means. But, like, so that made it a little uncomfortable. Like, my girlfriend probably wouldn't like it as much, but if that doesn't bother you, New Game is a wonderful anime. Just want to throw that warning out there.
Let's see.
Boy, do I love anime too. Wrestling is anime, and anime is wrestling. So that's why they're all related.
Outside of King of the Kill, which you obviously play day in and day out, are you playing anything else right now?
World of Warships.
World of Warships.
World of
Sweet.
Warships is my life right now. There's an anime crossover event, so of course I have to grind out that event so I can get their anime ship that they put in the game. I play a bunch of indie narrative games too. So like Gone Home is one of my favorite video games ever. And
What was the one you were talking about right before we went live?
There was a couple. There was The Beginner's Guide. It was made by
Beginner's Guide.
one
Yeah.
of the 2 people that worked on
Stanley Parable.
Yeah, one of the few people that worked on Stanley Parable, and that's a really fun narrative game. I love Oxenfree's on sale in the Humble Bundle right now, and Oxenfree is a great like 4-hour story game. And oh boy, Oxenfree's like my game of the year right now. So that, like, if you liked Life is Strange or like Kentucky Route Zero is another great one. I could give you indie story games for days, and they'd all be like 2-hour short experiences, because I don't have time for like Witcher or Fallout 4 or anything like that anymore. So I just play a game I can beat in an evening and feel accomplished with myself.
That's a good idea.
Now I have adult responsibilities.
So you have 12 players left. Are you like mildly freaking out a little bit?
No,
right now?
I'm avoiding them all. They're all killing each other. And I feel bad for everyone watching, because this hasn't been the most exciting unless you like listening to me talk about wrestling, anime, and the XP system.
That's
You're
why
on King of the Kill.
I asked you to come on.
Well,
People want to know about these things.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm a great person, and everyone should hear my opinions and what I have to say.
And
so.
he's so humble too.
That's what I love most about Alex.
Yeah, it's
how humble
really
he is.
Yeah.
Let's see. In Season 1, will we get rewards and top 10 matches for 2s and 5s as well? No info for that at this time. It's something I would like to say, just because of the discussion regarding ranked systems. Unfortunately, we do not have any rewards that we'll be giving out for the preseason. However, for Season 1, we will have rewards.
That's right. Rewards based on how well you do during that season. So your division and your tier, there'll be different tiered rewards. So if you're in royalty in preseason, you are tremendous, but unfortunately you won't be getting anything for preseason.
And just like that, we're in the top 10.
Yeah. If this were the Invitational, this would be money.
Wow.
Who died in here?
I don't know, but somebody who has a laminate that you probably want to throw on there. And since he died there, you probably want to move before throwing all that stuff in.
Yeah, he does what he wants.
I mean, he made it a lot farther than I did. So
I know.
let's
Let's be real here.
All All right.
He's doing way better than we did.
I just haven't run into anyone. Where is everybody? What's the horn button? I've never looked into key bindings to figure out what it was. I played this game for...
There we go. Horn is J. Siren is going to be X.
And now everyone knows where you are.
And now there we
Good.
go.
Let them come to me. Yeah, see, I remapped like my crouch stacks. I think that might have threw it for my key bindings whenever I played internally. I never lived long enough in a car. Like, I hated using the vehicles.
Why don't the game uses our Steam nickname and put character customization in the character tab? Okay.
Yeah, Ri-Fi. Why don't all those things happen?
Well, that is a question for a designer and programmer, QA, and
Community
community. So, don't have any answers for you there.
But we appreciate the question.
Yes.
Someone said I never played this game. No, that's not true. I've won internal playtests. I've won internal playtests back to back. There was a week before the Invitational where we were doing playtests, and I came in third, second out of a total of 60 people.
At least you were consistent.
So I was very consistent, and I could not pull. And every time someone who won, it was someone different. So I was the most consistent person of that last week. So again, to my humbleness, thank you for noticing, Greg. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So I have played this game quite a bit. It's just I do not play enough in cars to, like, one, I suck at driving, and I don't like the cars too much. I like running and gunning. The cars
You
are
are
to
in
get
top
somewhere.
8. You
Yeah.
got top 8 so far.
That's a
Everybody's
dude.
calling you.
That's a dude.
Oh dear.
What's
Ah.
wrong with him?
Is he just sitting?
What is wrong with you?
Might be those server issues we talked about earlier.
Is that why you're in top 8?
Yeah.
Everybody else disconnected?
Let's see if I can get killed by the...
Brutality.
Kill me. Witness me.
Do it. Oh man. Well,
There we go.
we placed 6th. We did it, you guys.
Yes, we are not strangers nor blind to the fact that there may be server issues. So we appreciate everybody in the chat letting us know. But yes, we know and the team knows. But that won't keep us from having fun.
Right. So do you want to go ahead and jump into solo and just
right.
go? I'm just gonna go completely aggressive for this one. You almost got a win.
Almost.
So close.
Those were 4 kills too.
Oh well, that was a team game, so
You got all those.
it wouldn't have upped my top 10 score.
No, I was talking about your top 10 matches. You
Oh,
got,
yeah.
you got 2nd place.
That was
with 4 kills.
That was literally the first game after the new update, the big update on the 20th.
Let's see. Just going in well. Let's keep everyone else have fun. Let's see. What else is going on? People disconnected. Yes. All right, guys. I'm not seeing too many more questions that we can answer, but we are certainly reading chat to those
Yeah.
few people who
I got it right
who
here.
weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, people again joining us. I know I always know that, like, I turn on Twitch for like 20 minutes at a time. Like when my code's building, I'll turn on a stream or something. And so I'm only watching for maybe 10, 20 minutes. And then I stop and then I start back up. Like I'll mute it in between. So I know a bunch of people are churning in and out. So if you're just joining, I'm Alex Hoffman, programmer on H1Z1 King of the Kill. I've worked on the terrain editor that created this lovely, lovely world here. So the artists were able to use. I was one of the 3-person team on the terrain editor. I worked on the XP system, which was largely borrowed from PlanetSide 2. So anytime you get a first blood or headshot or kill and it says 100 XP and calls you a killer, that's me. I added that string. I added the killer string, and no one changed it. So I thought it was very appropriate to the game. So I'm happy that my little bit of stuff added to the game. And I also worked on the marketplace, so if you buy anything in the marketplace, it's running through code that I wrote, and it works pretty great. So.
Once again, we said he is super, super humble, and that's why we've got him out of here.
I say this with a lot of sarcasm. Like,
No,
there's a huge... Oh, yeah, we want both games, too.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I just got to get rid of some
All
guy
right.
who's being a
Really good.
total d-bag. There you go.
That's
All right.
fine. Doop. All right.
Yeah, like, yeah, there's so many people here that do such hard work and work long hours to get you to work on games, to work on games. Like, I can tell you that there's a bunch of other programming companies I know, like, my friends could just, like, quit and work for and work better hours for better pay. But we work here because we love games and we want to make people like you happy and enjoying the games that we make. So, like, PlanetSide 2 was a huge passion project for a lot of people. I know people like James Campion and Brian Burness who work on PlanetSide. They spent some late nights working on stuff that, like, they wanted to get into the game but didn't have approval to get in because there wasn't time for it. So they just stayed late for, like, a month to get in, like, the Sunderer cloak.
They're definitely dedicated. Also, more questions about current bugs. We are absolutely aware that at the end of a team game, we'll say you're ranked second. Congratulations for surviving. I want to say that we want to get that fix out when we get the team spectate out as well. So
yeah, I did a little something for that too. So we needed like a lot of the game over screen was tied to the ranking system. So like the match score and points, which the 2s and 5s do not have. So I added a little something for the UI guys to use so they could tell when like if the game was not a ranked game and a 2s and 5s game, and that way they could be able to get a proper like win game over screen for that stuff. So that was something I did as recently as like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's
I do not have game audio. This entire time I've been playing without game audio. Well, now we know. Let's see, that door's open. That has that helmet. Where's the helmet? Not good things. Oh, that's you.
Someone's shooting near me. I don't want to find out.
Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that, guy who's shooting at me. No! How am I being... I'm being pinched.
Heal. I can hear your heart.
Wi-Fi, this is not going well for you.
Shh. They don't know that. That's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're okay. We're fine. We're fine. We'll get well soon. We're getting better. We're not dying. That's the plan.
This is fine.
Shh. This is fine.
Just blood everywhere.
Just a little bit.
Oh, he came at me with the 380 and he did like half my health in. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Sneaking.
What is the main language code you guys use to program?
So, I work... Someone kamikaze. Someone's shouting at me and it's throwing my game. They're good.
Oh,
but
I did not have helmet.
Yeah, so we mainly use C++, and there's a bunch of ActionScript programmers for the UI, and then we also use like some Lua scripting here and there. Come on, Izzy. Time for the spray and pray.
Greg, no, it's Alex, isn't it?
Spray better.
My aiming sensitivity is a little bit lower.
Spray
actually.
better or pray harder.
No way. Oh shit.
Get him.
Oh, he's got a bow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Kamikaze. Good to see you.
GG.
Okay,
I don't know the prox chat button because I don't use that in PlanetSide either.
It's always really off-putting when I hear someone say, Greg, in-game. Was that Kamikaze?
Kamikaze
With the
is-
bow and arrow?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the name of a comic book store, right? That's near here. I prefer Southern California Comics down in Claremont Mesa.
You know who we haven't seen in a while? Jukebox guy.
He's in the chat.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
What? How did I miss that? I've just been looking at text, not
Duh,
names. Oh,
jukebox
he's
guy.
right there.
Literally just typed something.
And that light blue font that I can barely read. Just hip fire. It's what everyone does anyways. Lol. So, funny story about hip fire. As you know, hip firing is not the most accurate of ways to shoot somebody, and that was actually how Ninja lost to Gassy Mexican in the Invitational. He jumped down from kind of a bridge
Such
over
a
him.
bold move.
Yeah, it was a very bold move, which fortune did not favor the bold in
Not this time.
that instance.
What shoes was he wearing in that? Because I'm under the impression if he was wearing like the worker boots, he would have landed taking less damage.
Right.
And that might have been the difference between living and dying
Well,
there.
Gassy knew he was coming.
Yeah.
He was ready for him.
It was still a bold move.
It was super bold. I applaud his boldness, his braveness. Who's on H1Z1 KOTK? Is that Sarah? Sarah, are you modding from abroad?
That's dedication right there.
Yep.
If it's not Sarah, then hello, Colette and or Tony.
Hello.
Pineapple pen. You're welcome.
I'm all okay. I'm just gonna like pick up random stuff, put it together.
Boston Tom, what's up, dude?
All right, time to
Yeah,
time to blow
totally.
this pop stand.
Oh, it's Roxanne. What's up, Roxanne?
Good to have you here.
Thank you very much for modding and enjoying the show. 3 strikes, I'm out. Damn it. Dang it. Roxanne, we appreciate you. Sorry I didn't include you.
Greg ran out of strikes. It's all over. Greg's
Shit.
gonna get banned from chat.
Oh,
He can't watch chat
damn it.
anymore.
Do we kick him out of here
I-
too, or
She's just,
Here, I'll just delete his account for him.
so you
Just
know
mute
where
me.
the door is.
Just mute
Oh,
my
Greg.
microphone.
Yeah, which one of these?
OMG, it's Bronstad. Everybody, flood him with questions.
Yeah, that's a designer. He can answer questions. I'll get you your behind the scenes questions and your fun stuff if you
So-
want it.
A weapons designer of all things.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got him a lot of data about what weapons people are using with my wall of data. All right, so we got a crate here, and I might as well push it.
hot
to keep
600,
things
all
exciting.
of them. That is no, it's fine. Just put it on slow mode for like 600 seconds. That'll be fine.
It looks like Just Survive test server is unlocking, if anybody wanted to know.
So there you go, Hanny. If you are still here in chat, that is the answer to the question you asked earlier.
Here we got one for me. How do you program a game? How are like the graphics and such things go? So we have a whole team of graphics programmers that take care of a lot of that stuff, and so there's like so many different graphics programming languages out there, like shaders and stuff like that. So you got like a lot of these guys are working hard on making the DirectX 11 and stuff working. I don't know if we did 12 yet. I listened to him talk about it at lunch, but I remember it was a newer DirectX than what we were using currently. Programming a game is there's just so many different ways from top to bottom to program a game, and anyone can make games. I will die on that hill of anyone can make a game, because there are just so many resources out there nowadays to make games. One of my favorite things that you can use that anyone could use is called Twine. And it's an HTML text adventure game. So it's kind of like, how you click on a link on Wikipedia and it takes you to a new article. You click on, you have a bunch of different choices. So, you open the door or you go through the cave and, you click on that link and it'll take you to whatever text. And, Twine is a free and open source way to make, a text adventure style game. And, oh boy, is it just, I've seen lots of cool things made with it. Firewatch opens with a Twine game. Event Zero opens with a Twine style game. And those are just so much fun. There's for people who have a bit more programming experience or are willing to sit down and learn all that, there's Unity and Unreal. Game Maker is really great for 2D stuff. Undertale was made in Game Maker, which is actually really surprising because that
Right.
game has so much going on. And that, I've made games in Game Maker in school, and boy, oh boy, was it I thought it was really simple, and that someone made Undertale with it. Not only do I scream into the void that one person made Undertale largely, it's and being amazed that ever happened in the first place, but that they made it, that Toby Fox made it in Game Maker is just truly incredible, and Undertale is simply an amazing game that I'll love until the day I die.
And some advice that was actually told to me when I was asked, hey, what do you want to do, or where you think you're going? What was told to me is actually go out and make a game. Go
Yes.
with one of these available game making software, something like that. Make a game and figure out what you spend the most time into. Are you finding yourself in character design and then making just some small puzzle platformer and not touching anything else? Well, maybe you want to go into character design or animation or something along those lines. If you goes any direction with that, whether it be weapons or environment or things of that nature. So that'll kind of direct you along the proper path.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, always do instead of just ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
People always ask me, how did you get into the video game industry? For me, it was through an internship with PC Gamer, and then don't be a jerk and do good work, and interns usually end up getting picked up. So yeah, PC Gamer picked me up, and then I moved over to Games Radar, and then I moved to Sony Online, and now I'm here at Daybreak. And if you really want to get into something, then just start doing it on your own. And then if you have the opportunity to get an interview or an internship, then you have this body of work that you can show off right away, instead of just saying, I really want to be a video game writer. Like, write some games, write some stories, so that when you show up, you're like, here, actually check out the stuff I've already done. If you can't get hands-on experience, then we live in an age that you can do it yourself, and then show up with a nice little portfolio.
Yeah, yeah. The great thing about like stuff like Twine is that it just runs out of a web browser. Like when you export it, it makes an HTML. So like anyone with a computer that can at least run a web browser can work on it. And then if you have a slightly better computer, you can do something like Unity or Unreal. Fire, hit fire, hit fire. Ah. Well, I had a good run, but just get out there and try making something. And like, there's if you wanted to go above and beyond, the thing I would recommend is finishing a game. So like, you could probably spend some time. Like, I made like a little Tremors game that took about.
That's totally the wrong mouse.
There you go. Here, do whatever mouse stuff.
I was just gonna go ahead and we can jump in another solo match. It seems
All
like
right.
we're kind of answering quite a few questions out here about getting into the industry. Also, while I may not have a ton of experience with programming and all that, something else, if we're on the topic of trying to join a larger company, keep an eye out for social media as far as that goes. Like, be careful of what you are putting out there, because that gets looked into. If you're applying for a job and you are incredibly toxic, that doesn't always look too good for you.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You are representing yourself when you put anything out online. You normally can't hide behind anonymity. Twitter and Facebook are very public things. Don't be an asshole out there.
Be nice on the internet.
Just be
everyone.
nice,
Be
right?
nice.
It doesn't get you anything by being a jerk.
The internet is a real place to a lot of people. Be
Yeah,
nice.
and there are, as much as you don't want to think there are actual humans on the other end most of the time.
Weird.
Unless it's like a Twitter bot,
Mhm.
which is always fun having a conversation with a Twitter bot. But yeah, there are other humans out there, and they're looking and reading these things. So
Yeah.
it doesn't gain you anything to be a salty jerk.
Yeah.
Just be a cool person.
I love the Penny Arcade idea of where they just made Twitter, but instead of it tweeting it out, it just kind of like sent the tweet out into the ether and through a recycle bin, and no one ever had to look at it. And oh boy, that would be. The Twitter was a mistake. That's one of my favorite quotes. I love Twitter. Twitter has some problems, but I was able to network with a bunch of like games critics and other games developers because of that. And like GDC would be a great place to network with people, like because it's like an actual game conference. You could probably go and meet a bunch of like the indie developers that you know and love, or professional developers that you know and love. Attend their talks, like attend some workshops. Conferences and conventions are just a wonderful way to meet people. Like. But yeah, and I was saying before, like the best thing you could do instead of like you could start a bunch of games. Like I made like this crappy little Tremors game in Unity, and it's basically just a sphere running through dirt, and it would modify the terrain as it ran, and it would just kind of like eat you up if it touched you. And I was gonna add like rocks and stuff, and I spent like my spare time in a week on that, and then I made like some Ace Combat style game. And then that was another thing I spent like a month on. And so there's like a plane in that because I found a free model of a plane. But like the best thing after like messing around with making games is like trying to finish a game, because there's this thing called the 80-20 rule. And so 80% of your time will be spent making the first 80% of the game, and then it's 50-50. So 50% will be spent making the first 80% of the game, and then the last 50% of your time will be spent making the last 20% of your game.
Just
So
the final polish and making sure everything actually works right, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like an asymptote. It just, as you get closer to the finish line, you realize how much work you have to go.
So I'm not sure if you can answer this question there, Alex, but what degree is better for programming, computer science or computer information systems, or something different?
I think the two best things would probably be computer science or software engineering. So I was lucky, and I went to a Rochester Institute of Technology, RIT, and I got a game design degree. And it was game design development, but it was heavy focus on programming, and I took a lot of computer science courses like with that. And software engineering would have been just as strong of a choice. Like my only experiences with like RIT, and RIT was just a really great school to me, and I'm always super thankful for what they did for me. So yeah, computer science, like software engineering tends to be more hands-on, where computer science tends to be more like theory and like pseudocode and learning about stuff. And this is just my experience of RIT. Like there was plenty of like rubber meets the road in computer science, But like without the game design degree, I would have never learned Visual Studio before showing up to this place, and that might not have been the best thing.
Nice.
Visual Studio is a C++ programming environment, so that's basically all the programmers use Visual Studio to type up their C++, build the game, and run their local debug versions. I love talking about this stuff because I'm sure like this is what I would have wanted to hear when I was like 12 or 15 years old, because I didn't know I didn't know you could make games like as a job until I was like 17 years old. I just like it didn't help that like Grand Theft Auto's game company was called Rockstar. I was like, obviously these are all super famous, super skilled, top level people. And I was like, and I know when I was talking to Clegg, he's like, oh yeah, when I saw it, all I saw were like all my JRPGs had Japanese names. It's like, oh, it's like unreachable, unattainable. You can't be a game developer. You have to be chosen to be a game developer.
You need to be a celebrity in order to...
Yeah. It's like obviously the dudes who make, Grand Theft Auto are like, the
literal
hot
rock
shots.
stars.
Yeah, it's like
they go out, they go on tour, they get back, and then Rockstar offers them a position.
Yeah,
should they decide to take it.
and that's what, and it didn't dawn on, like I was going to be a chemist before that. So that I'm glad I got into games, because at the end of the day, I just feel so fulfilled with what I do, that I make things that people enjoy playing, that people like can come home from their day at work and pop on our game or watch people play our game with like Summit, Lyric, or Dr. Disrespect. It's just, oh man, I'm just so proud of this game, this company, and what I've been able to do here. So, like PlanetSide 2, when PlanetSide 2 launched, we all set out a bunch of posters in one of the meeting rooms, and everybody signed a poster for everybody else. So I have this huge poster with nearly the entire dev team's signature on it. And I took it to a framing store, and I got like a museum quality framing on it, so like UV resistant glass and all that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And it's like, I don't know, like if you ever saw like Warehouse 13, like if I die, like whoever possesses that poster, that signed poster and frame poster, is just gonna like have my powers.
Very, what was it? Trying to remember. The shoes basketball.
Shoes basketball.
The shoes that gave the kid powers to like play basketball really, really well.
Like Mike or something?
Like Mike. That's what it was.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Ooh.
Blang.
I got him.
All right.
Too.
All right. You're dead, so I feel better
All right, let me
enough
switch
to
gears.
turn up my game audio so I can hear what's going
All right,
on.
Now I'll stare at chat, and people can ask me about the game industry and programming and stuff, instead of obviously the more pressing issues that they want to ask. All glass, I'm sure all glass is UV resistant, but there's some glass that is much more resistant to UV that like cuts out a lot of it and makes it more more useful for preservation.
So you were saying you had a Like Mike poster that you got framed? Is that what I gathered from that whole conversation?
No. I have a Resistance 3 poster, because Resistance 3 has the greatest cover art of all time. And shout out to my friend Rob, who gave me that poster from the comic book store. Shout out to Rob for showing up to my first wrestling show. Him and all my buddies, Raph. And if you're ever in San Diego, go check out Unsung Genius at the Marrow, which is a great trivia night if you want to have a fun time and think about all the music trivia you never knew existed.
Thought I saw a cop car over there, but I guess I'm just going insane. So we'll keep that way. I'm just gonna keep running towards the direction of gunfire. That's the plan, because I know for a while you did make it to top 10. Wasn't too much killing going on. So that's what I'll go for.
All right, I got 2 questions lined up. Hey, who is that in the red T-shirt? That's Alex Hoffman, programmer on H1Z1 King of the Kill. I worked on the Marketplace, the XP systems, and the terrain editor. And then I saw another one that said, how easy is it to learn how to program? And that largely depends on what language you use and if you're good at learning on yourself. I learned terribly by myself. If it weren't for teachers and professors in college, I would have never been able to pick up programming by myself. But if you want to pick up something easier, I would recommend something like Java or JavaScript or C#. And C# and JavaScript are what Unity use. Twine uses very, very simple scripting stuff, so if you ever want to lose that, there's just so many tools and stuff. It's just a matter of trying to find a good place to start, instead of like walking into someone's like Linux kernel branch that you have to compile and install yourself. Yeah, Java. Yeah, Dave there said Java's a good one. That one's pretty common. C++ is a little more difficult, and if we use Java and C# as stepping stones to learn C++ eventually. But if you find out you have the brain for that, some people can dive right in. I wouldn't be able to learn C++ first if I had to start again.
Let's see. Just to address something out there, I would not say the game is perfect. In fact, I would say if the game was absolutely perfect, I would not have a job. So,
no game is ever perfect. No game is ever finished. There's just a point where we have to ship it. There was a great Rolling Stone interview with Ken Levine about BioShock and BioShock Infinite, and he said one of the things he hated the most was shipping a game. He said if he could, he would just work on games forever and never have to launch them, because there's a point where it's just ripped from your hands and given to the public, and then it's opened up to criticism and critique, and that's a real raw experience to go through all that. But it's like,
and it is a testament to the fact that we wanted to bring the game out of early access, but it was not in a place that we were happy with, so we still have it in early access. Early access is not this blanket umbrella of the game is awful and it's in early access. But no, we're continuing to work on the game. We want the game to be the best it can. We're never satisfied, We're never just going to sit back and be like, done, hands in the air.
Shut off all the lights and slowly close the door.
Yeah, and then they just call it a day. No, H1Z1 King of the Kill, H1Z1 Just Survive. These games are going to have long lifespans, and they're going to change and evolve a lot. And if Sony Online can give us any credit, is that EverQuest 1 just turned 17 years old. We keep these games going around for a long time, and we never stopped optimizing, right? Sure, there are issues in the game right now. There are issues that have been in the game that we've addressed. So I want it to be known that we are actively working on the game. We're continuing to work on the game to make it more polished and more better, and
more better.
We're not going to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So, just because the game might currently have an issue, that it doesn't mean we're happy with it. We're actively working on it.
Yeah. So I saw a couple fun ones here. There was another one where it was a question about the shotgun in particular, and to quote one of our programmers, Tom, on this, it was really interesting to hear him say. He's like, "There's not a problem with the shotgun. There's a problem with all guns. It's just most noticeable with the shotgun." And as programmers and QA, we know that finding the exact steps to reproduce an issue is always really important. And there's some code specific to the shotgun, but then there's some code that's generic to all weapons. And finding what goes where and finding where that issue lies is always a challenge. And of course, in order to it wouldn't just be fixing the shotgun; it would be fixing all guns. It's always interesting when bugs are reported in a way that is slightly misleading, but it always helps to know that there's an issue. So there are people, Tom is actively working on that. The last time we had one of our meetings, I remember him. It was one of our weapon discussions. We were talking about that.
And yes, I said more better. Everybody's let me know.
Man, there was another great question in here that is lost to time now.
Do you guys feel like you got another round in you?
Sure.
Or are you going to call after this one?
I'm trying to hunt this dude who is in the police car, and I know gas is pushing people to me. So either I'm going to get killed or killed somebody else, or...
All right, then I'm gonna hand the show off to you guys, because I unfortunately got to head out.
All right.
So
I'm having fun here.
Yeah, Alex.
H1Z1.
Thank you very much for
Outbreak.
coming on Community Outbreak. We'll have you on more in the future.
I would love to be back.
That'd be great. All right.
My humbleness and my great programming and wrestling stories.
Sweet. Bye, everyone. I will see you online.
Where did you go, mysterious man in the police car?
Thanks, Greg. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's... There goes Couch. Bye, Greg. Thanks for being on.
See ya.
So I thought that guy in the police car went in here, maybe. But
Man, it was a really great question I wanted to answer, and I answered the other one first, and then scrolled away. Some of these questions are dang. Oh, it was about binoculars. They were asking if they could have a special string text message if they kill someone with binoculars. That's something a designer. So my system allows people to be able to cut. So when it says killer and when it says headshot, that's all stuff that I don't add the string specifically, except for when I did.
Except for that one time.
That one time. So, but that's something a designer can change. That's not something hard coded. So someone could change if someone got a kill specifically with a machete you could say it could say slasher plus 50 extra XP or something like that. There are bonuses for melee kills, but if they wanted to get to specifically one weapon, they could. And that's the way, like my systems, the way I have to make stuff is to make it so designers get a bunch of knobs and dials, much like our mixer deck here. I wish we could see that. But yeah,
Tons of knobs and dials everywhere.
Yeah, the metaphorical knobs and dials of the system, so they can make it so you get 50 XP for, getting an extra for like 100 XP for the kill, 50 extra XP for getting it with a melee weapon or an explosive weapon or that headshot. And it's just all those things that they can tune and twist without having to go back to me, because if you need me to go back to it, that's something that like, oh, I should make it easier for you, because then it's just data instead of having to code it, submit it, build it, deploy it, as opposed to just say getting a designer to change one value. Unfortunately, not everything is like that, but boy, oh boy, we try our best to make sure the designers have the best tools.
Saw a question pop up earlier that said, "Who is answering questions now?"
You're playing, and
whoever sees chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to find people. Guys. I'm sorry.
All right, you're out of the gas.
I am out of the gas. I'm
Yeah.
still. I'm tempted to just start.
We're still in this. We're still in this.
I'm tempted. I'm real tempted to just start firing shots in the Oblivion to pull people out towards me. But
you got to bait them in, man. You got to bait them in.
But I've only have 130 rounds, or 160, being that I have I'm running 2 ARs.
Just stand in the middle of the street to do that too.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're still baiting people out. That's what we're going for. That's what we're gonna try and do. Oh, hey, Green Bear's in here. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Let's see here. Is Z2 coming out for Just Survive? I'm pretty sure we're sticking with Z1 for Just Survive for the time being, and so if you want to play Z1, I like calling Z2 the Arena because that's the official marketing super awesome name for it. So the Arena's a great name. I'm glad whoever came up for that, because naming stuff is a pain.
Naming stuff is
a
huge pain.
How long it took us to settle on King of the Kill. We had meetings, we had email threads,
and voting systems.
I love the name now. I remember not being too hot on it at the time, but it's definitely grown on me. It's always a matter of like making sure no one else owns that copyright, making sure there's not just some, like there was one that was really cool, and it was like one dude owned the copyright to that because he made like 3 Flash games you can like on Newgrounds. And it was like he was unwilling to part with that copyright, which is completely his business and fine with him. But I mean, it was just like we found a really cool name and we're like, ah, crap, here's this obscure thing that had it. And yeah, King of the Kill is a pretty sweet name, though.
That happened with like 3 or 4 names coming through.
Yeah,
like, hey, what about this one?
It wasn't just one name. It was a bunch.
So this is what we went on. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see here.
I'm going through Player. I'm going through flat areas just to try and hear and see anything going on.
Yeah.
I know this has been not exactly the most action-packed of games, so I'm trying to just run straight towards the center. Of course.
Just like any stream that I like to watch, it's always about the streamers streaming it. So we got to do our best to be entertaining for our fine fans here, to make sure that not only is our game fun, but our streams to watch are just as fun as well. So hopefully you guys all of y'all have been enjoying the stream. And let's see here. Let's see if there's any other questions. Man, I see people asking about hoodies, and I can't tell if they mean like real life hoodies or in-game hoodies. I wish we could sell.
I'm
sweet. Like the Neko-chan hoodie. Oh boy, I would like. You've got the kick-ass hoodie on right now.
The Neko-chan hoodie is amazing.
If we could get that made and given out to team, that would be pretty sweet.
I'm looking for where I'm going. Anyway.
Oh man, I can't remember any of the other names. I remember Just Survive was something we originally.
Yeah, so funny enough, Just Survive was one of the original names for King of the Kill.
It was on the short list because it was one of the things, like Just Survive was one of the things that cleared the entire gauntlet. Like if you have a funnel of like 200 names and you shake it through copyright, legal, marketing, all this other stuff, like 5 things fell out, and Just Survive was one of them, and they were just like, you gotta be #1, you just gotta survive.
There we go.
And there was a few other ones. It was like Last Breath was another one, I think.
Yeah.
I hope we're not making anyone angry. Get him, get him, get him. Yes. Heal,
Made that
heal,
guy
heal, heal,
angry.
heal. But yeah, there was a few that were like we wanted to think
I
of,
need bandages
and
now.
we're like, oh, this one's too soft or this one's not good enough. Oh, that dude hooked you up.
Yep. I'm hoping.
It's not.
I'll be okay. I'll make it. We're fine. We're fine. This is fine. I'm just going to bandage out here in the open. That's what we were looking for, though. All right.
Someone's asking how much we made, and it's like, that's a corporate secret. Wish we could talk about that.
All right.
So you're
So,
top
sitting
20.
here bandaging up. Right. We're
Yeah,
we're
top-
almost top 20.
We're in a top 21 situation right now. Is
I'm gonna pull loot. Hopefully.
Brian against the world. Shred that backpack. Make some makeshift, man.
Ooh, I can too. That's excellent. It's got a lot of friendly loot for me, so appreciate that, random guy. And we're gonna go ahead and make something here. Got enough for a procoagulant as well. X, obviously, thank you very much.
That Procoag got
Oh,
me
yeah.
through so many invitational practice games. Let me tell you. I don't see a ton of people using it. I don't know if it's because they just don't care to try it or if it's because it's not
Yep.
competitive. And that always trips me up if I think like, oh, this person doesn't do something I do. Clearly it's inefficient and bad. I am a bad and I should get good by not running Coag.
Right. It's not the current meta. I don't know what I'm doing. All this other. I hear you.
Man. Oh, one of the. Yeah, here, get this guy, and we'll show him one of my favorite things from the last update. I tweeted it out, and Clegg retweeted it, and I got so many likes and faves, and
Well, he knows I'm here, so
yeah. Here, open up your inventory real quick.
he might be coming back. Nope. Anyway, sorry.
All right,
what-
so one of my favorite things is how we got the weapon names on all the ammo now, and all the ammo icons
Oh,
are different.
right.
So like all the pistol ammos are different. The AR and AK ammos look actually like what they shoot. The AK ammo looks steel case like a crappy Russian export ammo. So it's a
Bulk ammo.
Yeah. So whatever madman is seeding the world to make us fight and die for, they decided to cheap out on the AK ammo.
I'm going to go with this guy just because I have the skin for it. And we're going to keep on just kind of,
Oh man.
pushing towards the center. Well done. 2 minutes of coding.
Yeah, there have been so few things that I get done in 2 minutes because I have to build it, test it. Like, bringing up my own local servers takes about, 20, 30 seconds, and I have to connect with a debug client. And I like testing stuff and then, like, sending it to QA to test.
I got one. Nope, I'm just going to break the fence. That's cool, too. I don't know where those shots are coming. Oh, it's coming from the police car. No, is he going to get... Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, we're going to do this? No? Maybe? I don't see where he went. There he is. He's got Kevlar, too. Fancy guy. I need to go stop bleeding, so I'm going to head out.
You got plenty of health. You're good.
I have plenty of health,
You got plenty of blood left in the blood bag.
but the gas is coming
This
up
isn't
on
an
us.
anime. As soon as you
Right.
you don't just leak all your blood out immediately. So that would be a fun game mode if we
Just-
anime.
just-
You get hit by a machete and just all of your blood flies out.
Every single time you're hit, you enter critical bleed.
Yeah, the average
that'd be-
just 50 gallons of blood spew
That would
out.
be brutal. Maybe?
Like a couple shining elevators full of blood.
I'm hitting the car, I know that much.
People are commenting because I said crappy Russian ammo. Steel cased ammo is not good. It is specifically sold to be cheap.
Why is the car blinking blue? That has to do with a bunch of graphic settings that are set up. So, could make it not do that. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't have that setting for mine. I remember they used to glow. We had an internal setting for where we changed all the item shaders to kind of glow, and like some old PS2 style game where it would just like everything is static except for this one thing that's flashing like bright rainbow colors. And it's like, oh, here's the revolver. But yeah, it's super. Like I remember when we
that's all we got.
I remember when we switched to the arena and all the loot was placed differently, and it took me a week to figure out what was the like the trash and stuff that was on the floor, like the pieces of paper and the toasters versus the med kits.
There we go.
Yes. Yes.
And I got a cop car out of that too, which, you know what, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have been shooting at it if I wanted to go kill the guy and just take it. He had a lot of good stuff for me though.
Yeah, and also your Jeep sailed off into the wild blue west.
No,
so,
that's fine. We don't need to worry about that right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're just going to hope that this police car goes and survives until we rush that other police car.
Yeah, you got gas, it's not on fire, everything's fine. I tried to pick up so many toasters. Just comment in chat. Me too, buddy.
He's running away.
Those toasters.
He's nervous. Saw me go destroy that dude with a shotgun. Doesn't want any of this.
How bad would it be if we made the toasters be able to pick up?
It'd be terrible because I get caught with that too almost every single time.
Oh man,
he's running.
We're gonna have to stop plotting our April Fools today. Switch the toaster and my kit model.
That would be bad.
That would be a good April Fool's Day joke.
Let's see.
So I'm seeing more questions about the shotgun not working great, and we have people looking at that, and it's not specific just to the shotgun, which one of our programmers explained directly to me, and that is because like it affects all weapons. It's just most noticeable with the shotgun. So one of our programmers is taking a look at that. Another person's commenting on all the toasters are commonly found in bathtubs too, which is some real great environmental storytelling. Let me tell you, all it needs is missing some blood scrawled on the bathtub saying "Let's end it all."
Because that's a real happy thought.
I just love all the like a lot of games try their best to make like really great environmental storytelling, but some of them are super heavy-handed. Like I love Alien Isolation with my entire heart, and that was one of my favorite games that year it came out, even though I don't like horror games. But there was like some areas where people spent the time, instead of panicking, just scrawling on the walls some really, really edgy messages about like no hope, no tomorrow, all that stuff. And it was really fun that they were spending this time instead of like trying to survive. They said, oh, let me get some paint and a nice blue paint and paint this over the walls. Or like games like Last of Us have moderately believable graffiti, like "Stay away, we have guns" written on the houses. So I was just making a heavy-handed bathtub joke there.
800 bulk toasters. Yes, absolutely. Make toasters look like med kits in your inventory, so you pick them up and it's just why is my backpack full? Oh, toaster. Great. 14 remain. I bet you they're hiding. Bet you.
But where?
But where? I bet you they're in the compound too, which is tough because if I go barreling through there, I'm sure at least 3 people are going to start shooting at me. But you know, what else are we going to do?
Someone just complimented our gameplay and the fact that it's been I'm pretty sure it was a serious one actually. So served as a quality gameplay here, one of the best Outbreaks I've tuned into. And thanks for taking all the time to answer these questions. I love talking about game design. I love talking about the game and the things that I can answer correctly because I hate speaking about stuff I don't know. So I'm thankful for all the questions geared at me, or for me choosing all the questions that were geared at me. And thanks to you and Greg for answering the stuff that I don't know about.
Yeah, and once again, thank you to Roxanne for moderating our chat. Ooh.
Yeah, we have Bronstad in chat too, one of our weapons designers, answering a bunch of questions too.
Oh, there you are.
Boy, oh boy, have they been doing great work in chat, so be sure to be nice to them and thank them too.
All right. Probably should not have used my Procoag there, but...
No, that was a pro strategy. That's what I would do.
Do it. Do it again. Oh, that was helmet.
Helmet off.
There we go.
There you go. See? Procoag, 100% of the time so far.
Definitely worth it.
1 for 1.
Oh, actually, I picked up a ton of bandages from that guy, so I can go make another.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the car.
Oh man, I remember back in Just Survive, we had all the monitors labeled as like Sony and stuff. When we split from the company, we had, we had to change all those back. I hope we did.
Yeah, we did. That was bugged.
But yeah, someone was asking about monitors in here, and I just remember how it was like, oh hey, we're Sony Online. We could just brand stuff.
Oh, it's
as
fine.
Sony.
It'll totally be fine. Nothing
Yeah.
will ever happen that would change us from being some.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Dang it.
Except for this. Hey, was that a dude? No.
So why is H1Z1 more CPU than GPU related? It's because we focus a lot on having so many players in the game and having huge maps and huge draw distances, and like having all these people run around, having all these NPCs like the pick upable items and vehicles and all these destructible things going on. That requires a lot of CPU processing power because like when you start in the box of Destiny or Fort Destiny now, and you get thrown into the game, all 150 people are like running around on your computer, and that requires a lot of CPU processing, and that's something we can't offload to the GPU. And so, like, GPUs definitely help, but the CPU is where it's at in PlanetSide 2 and H1Z1.
Ooh, there's totally gonna be a dude in here. Not sure where though. Because when I've had to hide when somebody's out here, yes, I have hidden before. That's the place. So it's figuring out if I wanna try and rush with or just nobody's gonna be here. That's fine too. But I'm in the gas, and this is not a good time to be in the. Wow,
this is
I got a long way to go. I've chosen a bad spot to be. I was looking for people. I thought this was the center, but
yeah.
apparently I'm bad, and I was nowhere close to the center because we still got a while for this gas to spread out. So I'm gonna kick this on auto run. Yeah, you can see how fast my health is ticking down, and that makes me a little nervous because I'd be real disappointed to make it this far and just die in the gas for all you guys. Yeah, I know. Bronstad's kicking me with emotes.
Someone was saying we could push more to the GPU. Like, I mean, I'm sure we could, but the way it's set up is a lot of it's CPU intensive, and we spent a large portion of PlanetSide 2. There was like a good 3 months after, like over a summer after we launched, that we spent a lot of time optimizing the game, and yeah, that was quite the push we made, and you are dying really quick.
Yes, so I decided to try and stack bandages. Oh, wow. Can't believe that. If I would have made like 3 more steps, I would have been totally fine.
So someone's asking about the backpack you got on now, the Twitch backpack.
So that is the Twitch backpack. Unfortunately, don't remember exactly which crate that came out from, but yeah, there we go.
Right, so there you go. It was probably in a crate.
I think it was in a crate. So let's see. Still got a long way to go. Which edge do I want to take? Ooh, there's smoke over there. I'm gonna go rush that side. Maybe, just maybe, there'll be something over there. Remember the good old gas camping days? I would not refer to those as the good old days, as I was not a gas camper, nor did I look fondly upon those who enjoyed the pastime of gas camping. So that's my personal stance on that. I know some others may say otherwise, and I'm real tempted to.
It would sound like a good strategy back in the day, but not a fun or engaging strategy.
I want
Go for it. 8 people.
8 people. 8 people, and they're all looking at this crate.
It's just you just switch to infrared, and you see all the lasers pointed on it.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
There you have it. Thank you to H1Z1 KO2K. Twitch Tactical Backpack is part of the 2016 Invitational crate.
It's not worth it.
And our next skirmish planned is hopefully
Ignition.
And we're still working out some final bugs for that. We're trying to get the end ranking, like not ranking system, but like the kill screen telling you your placement and all that to get working correctly. And we're trying to do our best to polish that up. I worked on a little bit of that a couple weeks ago for the UI guys. So I work on the programming side. Programming and UI is a lot of programmers, but we work in different languages in different parts of the game. And so I was helping the UI people out with that. And those UI people, if any of you are listening and you are a UI programmer and you're looking to live in beautiful San Diego, please go to our website, daybreakgames.com/careers, I believe it is. We could use some UI programmers, and Please apply.
I'm going to end up being in the gas here again, but I'm hoping that I'm close enough to this edge here where, again, I'm not going to bandage sitting there 3 feet away from the end of the gas. There is not much cover here, so this is going to be a rip for me.
7 people left, man. You can still pull this off.
Gas is
You got a
I'm so
chance
far
here.
out.
I'm having fun just watching you. I'm having fun looking to chat. This is a good time.
So this is where I'm nervous because I'm just running straight in it. I don't know. There could be a dude behind every tree. I don't know.
Where's
I
our
hope
view
not,
count?
though.
I want to know how many people are in the arena watching us tonight.
Oh, there's. Hey,
I heard a vehicle.
I did.
Let's see here. Where's Twitch on my phone?
He knows I have to go through here too.
I've
there
got
he
the
is.
chat up over here, but I don't see a view count anywhere.
He's smart because he's just waiting for the gas to damage me.
I'm just gonna say it's your score. We have 31,000 people watching in.
Oh no, he left. He knows. He knows I'm gonna get killed off by this gas.
All right, we have 434 people, including me, watching you in the top 7 right now, and it's
Oh.
playing audio. So
Hello,
sorry for
dude.
that. Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes. Top 6.
Oh, then here comes this guy.
That's good. Heal. Reload. Reload. Shoot off screen to reload.
Take my foot off the pedal to reload.
Oh man, my favorite was like Police 911, where it had like the IR sensors above you, and you had to like crouch and lean, and it could like read. That was
yeah.
my favorite arcade game. That wasn't like
Is he
Jurassic
gonna
Park.
push? Oh, I'm so far away from the gas.
Someone's asking about new guns and cars. We don't have anything planned right now, but we're always thinking about cool new stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. Got my pre-med going, and we're just gonna go in this direction. See what happens.
It's the highest a KOTK streamer's gone on this channel.
That
Oh
is
man,
true.
can we win? Now the pressure's on. Can you win?
No,
Us?
no, but I mean, we'll see.
I believe in you. You were always really good in our invitational playtest too.
Yeah, the like couple that oh hey, what's up, friendo? Bye,
yes.
friendo.
Top 5. Let's go. What's good?
Where was that guy even looking?
They were looking at the Jeep, man.
I'm just gonna miss every single shot.
You scared him.
Yeah, I spooked him.
They were spooked
This
out.
This gas is gonna get me.
If only you had the Jester mask, they would have been double running away. Now,
Why was
With
this
that
guy
ammo.
up here? He didn't have a hunting rifle.
with that ammo, you're almost.
Oh yeah. I need ammo and I need health and I'm gonna pre-med again. Spooking all these people.
So someone's asking about like something that like got scrapped, but they didn't get the scrap for. That would be something you should submit a support ticket to.
Correct. That is
daybreakgames.com.
that is nothing that either of us can exactly do from chat. I just cannot shoot. I can't hit somebody who's in a vehicle.
It's really tough, and it's always really rewarding when you do manage to pull
Right.
off that shot. But
I'm just gonna really damage his vehicle with all this ammo I have.
yeah. Oh boy, your toxicity.
Yeah.
Oh, there they come. There they come. On the right, the Jeep.
I'm just gonna scare them towards each
do
other.
it.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Someone's asking if the scrapyard items will change every now and then. Yeah, we'll update it every here and there. Oh boy.
Wow, I'm impressed. That's gonna be it for me.
No! Thrill of the kill. What a name.
That guy's.
Fifth place.
I'm gonna watch
Fifth-
this guy die. How is
Fifth
no?
pla- That was That was a good play. They were hiding in the gas, and they did not reveal themselves until that grenade landed right next to you.
I don't think they were teaming. They were definitely driving. Yeah. See, get him. I want. Hey, he's there. It was right there.
Shoot him in the. Shoot him.
Wow.
Shoot her.
All right. I'm not gonna enter spectate. I don't even.
No.
Got no hold on this victory.
I
left
want to
it.
see how this one played out. I want to see where the crew who bested you. See who we could turn this into. Let's see.
That top 10 is embarrassing, and I do not want to be excited about that.
Oh man.
That was 5th place with 5 kills. Nothing special. That card didn't go through and be moved before then. Or at least
Yeah.
I think he did. Anyway, that's the story I'm sticking with. So, since I made it so far, do we want to do one more before we close this out?
Let's
Okay.
do one more. Are we doing teams or solos?
Let's go ahead and finish this off with teams. We'll just play super
All right.
aggressive, make it a
right.
quick game.
Yeah.
And go
Run
for
and
it.
gun. If we see someone, we have to kill them. If we have a gun, we have to. And see someone, we go after them. Is that
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and invite. Why did I? Oh, we're.
you cancel? What are you doing?
Whoops. There we
All
go.
right.
Okay, so
All
you
right.
were lead.
Yeah. Someone saying definitely well played. You'll get there. The heart.
I have gotten
It's
there.
Crumb. Is that
Yeah.
that person sounds really familiar?
Well, I have killed him before on stream back in Z1. That is what I remember. Let's see. My best one right now is with 12 kills. So I keep trying to beat that, but in doing so, I don't end up with a win because I'm trying to beat 12 kills. So I'm going after everybody, getting pinched, putting myself in bad situations. But hopefully, I'm getting a little better. Is there any option to buy a private server? No. What happened to rewards you were going to get if you hit royalty? Let's see what that name is. Love XOXOXO, bunch of O's and X's. There were never awards set for preseason. From what I understand, it was stated in the producer's letter that we will not be giving out rewards for preseason. We will be having rewards for season 1 and then on. I'm just gonna say that name is Justice. Can you guys offer me a job as beta tester and other stuff?
No. So I don't have to work is an important part. Like, give me a job so I don't have to work. Like, no. QAing and beta testing is work. Oh my God, is it work? The QA people are worked really hard. Where are we going?
I'm going to the thermometer or all the trailers over there.
That is, that's actually a really great name for that. I knew exactly what you meant before you even pointed when you said it.
First time I heard it was from Supersonic, and he was also here. We were doing duos then. Let's see, no car spawning over here, but that's fine.
You don't need those stinking cars.
Burp.
Run and gun, man. That's what we're doing.
AK, that's fine. AK, there we go.
Well, we could get a Halo Warthog up in here. Which is essentially the harasser from PlanetSide 2. I love PlanetSide 2, by the way. That game is very special to me.
PlanetSide 2 was actually the game where I started working at SOE, or now Daybreak.
Mm-hmm.
Started working as a GM for that.
Cool.
So that was what I got brought on for, and it was definitely a fun game. That was actually the game that made me go from playing console to playing PC. So, yes, I used to play console quite a bit before the switch over to PC, and now I understand.
So I didn't actually get good at PC games until I started working on PlanetSide 2 because, like, I just never played a ton of them, and like I had a computer through college, but it wasn't like amazing or anything, and I hated playing shooters on a PC because I was just so much better with a controller. And to this day, I'm probably still better with a controller than with a mouse and keyboard, or at least comparatively. Like, I play way better on a console than I'll play on a PC. And like for a while, I was playing Titanfall 1 with a 360 controller hooked up to my PC because I was doing fine with it. But yeah, I just love console gaming.
That's fair. There's some games that even though they came out for I guess PC, they enjoy playing them with a controller. And I think right now, let's see, did I just shred a skull bandana? Yes, I am. Yes, I is. Good job.
Yes, we are.
Good job, self.
Yes, we can. So yeah. Like, if it's a single-player game, I'll still hook up a PC or a 360 controller to that. Like, so if I'm playing Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, whenever I get time, and I'll play with that with the 360 controller because it's like I'll play mostly stealth things, so aiming isn't a huge deal. Not that, though I can like they'll turn on auto aim and like aim assist rather for that stuff, and that really helps out. But like I was playing Titanfall for a while, pretty decently on PC with a 360 controller. I love that game.
It's all in preparation for when H1Z1 goes to console, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember when we were playtesting I don't have an AR yet. We were playtesting PS4 PlanetSide 2, and boy, oh boy, was I the best person at that whenever we playtested. Like, because no one else, I was like one of the only dudes who played console games in the office, and I was just mopping up. There's magnums in here if you need that.
I think I'm all right.
All right, I need a helmet, and I'm good to go.
I have an extra helmet.
Would love a military backpack if you have a spare.
I have a satchel, so it's not going to be coming from me.
All right, I walked by a bunch of backpacks. If I only have a spare waist pouch, and you already have one of those.
Yeah. All right.
There's a helmet in here. Did you get a backpack?
I did not. Is there still one over there?
Yeah, go for where I came from. They're playing backpacks in there.
Okay, cool. So after we loot, just run towards the center.
Yeah.
And don't look back.
Shooting into the sky to let everyone know that we mean business.
I don't have enough ammo to be shooting in the sky, but I mean, you know, I'll be in the
do it
general
for
vicinity.
you. I'll shoot 2 guns into the air. Who's coming?
Well, there you go. Oh, that was quick. Had no time for that. Yep,
I
there
got
it
a good
is.
shot on him.
A shotgun. All right, so I'm gonna kick it back to main camera
All
to
right,
finish
let's
this
do
off.
that.
See if we have any last questions. Once again, this is Alex Hoffman,
Let's see here.
programmer
Can we switch-
/ pro wrestler, and we're just gonna. All right,
Greg's gone.
Greg's
Greg's
just
back, so people know.
solid. All right.
All right.
I guess we'll wait like 20 more seconds, see if there's any last questions for
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
because they definitely like talking to you.
Yeah. Like So yeah, if you hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed us doing not good,
Doing
but hopefully you enjoyed our answering of the questions. And big shout out to Roxanne and Bronstad in chat for answering questions. So Roxanne, community, and Bronstad, weapons designer. So thank you to Ryan. Thank you for letting me be here.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I love talking about PlanetSide 2, our free-to-play MMO FPS that you can download it from our website or from Steam.
do a little shameless cross promoting there.
Oh yeah. I'm sure a ton. Like if people like shooting and they like if you think 150 people in King of the Kill is something,
yeah.
you should see 100 v 100 v 100 in a single base in PlanetSide when you can have like 1,000 people on an entire map.
PlanetSide 2 literally holds a Guinness Book of World Records for having the most number of people playing in any given game.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's hanging up right back there.
Yeah.
Real quick, H1Z1KOTK. You almost got my name right on Twitter. It's Muldoon X9. There should be a 9 at the end of that. Now I'm one of the people that's getting told to fix your game. So I'll head back up to my office and start working back at my tasks again after entertaining y'all. So yeah, you can find me at Muldoon X9 on Twitter or most other social media. There we go. Oh yes, all caps. I love it. So thank you for promoting that. Thank you all for watching.
All right.
Let's see if we got
one last thing. I saw a question regarding the animal frame backpack, adding that to King of the Kill. I'm not certain if that's going to be something that is being looked into or feasible, because I believe that is a crafted backpack skin, which is only available in Just Survive. So let's see. Yeah, something like that, Hanny.
Yeah, it's the numbers have changed every once in a while for exact amounts of people on continents. But I remember it wasn't originally it was 2,000. It got lowered a bit, and I think we've been kind of hush on the exact numbers. But I know once we got
it gets moved around a bit.
Yeah. I know the Guinness World Record was almost an Araxium's worth of people.
Let's see. Sunheaton is asking about the Kapler tweeted that Melee could equip in first slot. Still does not work. Has this idea been abandoned? I have not been testing that directly. However, I want to say I've heard a couple things about it, but nothing that I can confirm or deny at this time regarding saying if that will be in game or if that will not be in game. But I know it has been talked about one way or another. So I know that was a very roundabout way of answering that, but sorry.
Yeah. Someone said OG Willis pro wrestler lol. And yes, I'm a pro wrestler at SoCal Pro Wrestling. I've had one match, but normally I'm a referee there. If you're in San Diego, come check out SoCal Pro Wrestling.
Have the other Rainbow Swirl skins ever been made available, or will they? Right now, I believe it is, as you're probably aware, Rainbow Skin Helmet and Rainbow Skin AK. Right now, the other ones are not 100% available. or available. All for that means.
Someone's saying I look completely different without glasses on, and yeah, I wore contacts today, so they wouldn't be the headphones would be more comfortable to wear without glasses.
All right. So it looks like questions have slowed down quite a bit, and
hit me up on Twitter if you have some questions. I can try and help you out. If you're friendly, I'll direct you to the correct person. If I'm not the person to ask, I'll always love to talk about my job, gaming in general, anime, wrestling. If you ever have any questions about making games or getting into the industry, or just like I'm a font of knowledge, or I will link you to fonts of knowledge on making video games. I love seeing other people make games. I love seeing indie games. I love seeing people get into it because, like, if someone who's never made a game before makes a new game, like, they usually make something cool and unique, and I love it. So hit me up, all of you that are interested. Hit me up asking about how to make games, and I would love to tweet back at you and talk to you about that.
Trying to see what this guy's name is. He made his font color the same name as the background.
It's Wazidi.
Okay, Wazidi. We said that earlier. We are aware that we are running into some issues with visible players or silent shots that had to do with server issues that we were experiencing a little while ago. Just in our experience from our gameplay recently, it looks like it's starting to wrap up or get a little better. But I'm not in the server room, so I can't say if we're coming to a resolution on that. So
Hedgehog is asking about accidental scrapped items, and that would be something you would submit a support ticket to at help.daybreakgames.com. All our support tickets get answered too, as far as I know.
absolutely.
It might take a few days if they, like, on weekends they get a little backed up, but like I know that every support ticket gets answered and responded to. So that's something I can.
All right, guys. I think we are going to call it. It is. We actually pushed this a little longer than usual, but I think we're going to call it for today. Thanks for the last questions.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for watching. This has been a great time here on H1Z1 Community Outbreak. So thank you all for joining me, and Ryan here. So
all right,
I'm
guys.
Alex Hoffman. This was Ryan. Take care.
Have a good one, guys. I'm going to sit here and fumble around while I close this out. All right. There we go.
Bye.